That just works. That's awesome.
Hey, nice. And right on cue.
And as always,
last week he fixed it.
Once you come back with getting thrown off, like I'm hearing the intro in my ears right now. I don't know why, but here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Fight Strong Side. I'm your host, Chance Ellison. Joining me, my co-hosts, Jacob London and Jeffrey Kahn. And because I needed the supports, the only person that you want to hear the words Canada and Steelers in the same sentence, Patrick Gibson is back. Thank you, Patrick, for once again returning to the show.
We'll get to it.
We got a lot.
We'll get to it, but do you miss Matt Canada, or is Arthur Smith everything you hoped for?
No, absolutely fucking not.
What's the lesser of two evils?
Things are not going great. They're still going better than they were in the past.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're going to jump into all the action of the NFL Week 5, starting with our Thursday night game, which mark this day. This is the first time a Thursday night game has been our game of the week: Falcons versus Bucks. And look, I think we can say this. I think the curse of primetime Kirk might officially be gone.
He might finally be healthy or starting to be healthy.
Well, he's had two primetime games this year, and he was. Here's the thing: he was excellent in this game.
Mm-hmm.
He was very good in the Eagles game. But also Bucks defense didn't turn up. So, neither team had a defense this week. It was just bad all around. But yeah, Kirk Cousins, 509 yards in one game. Especially that week, him and Flacco this week coming out and proving the pocket passes are still a thing in the NFL and can very much still exist. And then another certain quarterback going, oh, maybe I wasn't as talented as everyone always said I was. But we'll get to that. It's really not doing great So pocket passes, they can exist and they do still exist. So yeah, it's interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a knockdown, drag out, high scoring game. This is the most competitive, not just competitive, but also fun to watch Thursday night games. Definitely the best we've seen in the Amazon era. Hands down. Sure. There's been no better game than this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to push back one. And the funny thing is, but here's the thing. Okay, the game itself for 3 quarters sucked, but then the last quarter was electric, and it also featured Baker Mayfield, and it's the Rams game. It's the comeback game.
Right. His first game with the Rams.
The Rams game with Baker is is to me the best Thursday night game I've watched, just because that was so unbelievable of how the hell he did that. But this was damn close. This was just fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the stats of this game, Kirk Cousins 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, only one really bad pick though. We thought that pick cost him the game.
Exactly. Then Tampa Bay did nothing right after getting.
Yeah, I don't quite get how Tampa did nothing given where they were on the field.
Yeah, they should have got a field goal out of it.
Yeah,
at least
they went backwards.
Yeah.
One of the unsung heroes of this game, though, Clutch, Young Hoku.
Oh,
that dude!
Although he missed 2 other field goals in this game.
Yeah,
he did miss 2 field goals
by the end.
Missed 2 field goals that you had to get, and because there was one earlier in the game that was he had to get it, and then he missed it, and it was oh god, that may have just cost them the game, because it put Bucks back in really good territory. Mm-hmm. And then but he came down to that. that final 20-second drive from Kirk Cousins was phenomenal. I don't know how they pulled that off, but they somehow did.
Sure.
Who'd have thought they would get burnt of all the people, all the offensive weapons they have on their roster? Who'd have thought it was Kaderil Hodge that would have
Most
put the
people
nail
don't
in
even
the coffin?
know is on the Falcons.
I didn't know he was on the Falcons until this game.
Yeah, exactly. It's ran by everyone.
Yeah, it was.
It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to do this. He's not going to throw 58 times or whatever every game, but
No, but
No.
again, like
funniest part about this game is the fact that he passed Matt Ryan's single game record on the night they were putting Matt Ryan in the Falcons Ring of Honor.
right.
Just encapsulating Matt Ryan's entire Falcon career.
Just so perfect. Of
throwing
like
for a lot,
the
but there's no defense, so it's a close
the,
game.
the night that was all meant to be all about me, someone else came in and did something slightly better and just stole it slightly better than me. That does perfectly surmise Matt Ryan's career. All right.
Yeah. Falcons are now back on track with a record of 3-2, and I believe leading the NFC South.
Well,
think
this is the division. This game, the division's going to come down to these two teams, especially now after what happened with the Saints.
Yeah.
This game is now hugely important for the division. So
The
we're
rematch will be even more.
the rematch is now a huge game. The sneaky big game now, though, and I don't know if they play if that was a divisional if that was they're playing this division or if but the Lions game now is huge.
Oh, sure.
No.
Yeah.
So they don't play them. They don't play them. They ignore that. What division are they playing? Oh yeah, no, sorry, that's right. That Eagles game. So Falcons winning that Eagles game is a big deal because that's the one that the Bucks won. So tiebreaker wise, Falcons now obviously have the tiebreaker. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, the Cowboys game for each of them too is going to be huge in terms of
Yeah.
seeding, in terms of figuring that
That's
out.
a wild card.
especially.
Yeah.
Moving on to our Sunday slate, we're actually starting way across the pond with our London game.
Here, we can start with the game or we can start with the news? Because it just kind of like, I don't know, the news just kind of like
Overshadows.
overshadows everything.
I think we go with the game first. I think
Right, because
I still think we talk about the
Already
game
happened.
first, but it does lead into it.
it leads
Okay.
into-
Yeah.
All right.
Rough.
Look,
Yeah. So good.
We start.
Sam Darnold revenge game.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't play that well.
No,
But yeah.
like the Sandano
It's too
pumpkin
slow.
vote's coming. It's coming. Oh,
I mean, yeah, when he plays a legit good defense, he's gonna
Yeah.
probably look like this.
And-
So, yeah.
But that's the other. I'll get into it when we talk about it. But that's the thing that drives me nuts about this. Look, we are 5 games into this season.
Mhm.
Aaron not better than Zach Wilson. He is the same. I'm like
Mhm.
he has been playing the same as Zach Wilson for the last 2 years. This offense is horrific. It is horrifically bad. There is no two ways about it, and there is like you cannot justify this at the moment at all. Aaron Rodgers is playing terribly.
He's not playing well. He is not playing well. They're not running the ball well, especially like Brees Hall. They for whatever reason, like Brees Hall, a guy we would consider to be like a top flight back in the NFL, for whatever
It's
reason,
like-
cannot get going in this
It
offense.
was like 1 yard a carry in like the last few games or something.
It's-
It's like
Again,
really bad.
the O-line is terrible. We gave Douglas all this credit a couple of years ago for having an incredible and amazing draft. And guess what? He did. He got incredible weapons. And incredible defensive weapons. Did nothing on the O-line. And now they can't use the weapons because the O-line's so terrible.
Right. It's true.
This team is bad. This team is a badly constructed football team. And again, it's the Jets. They're just the Jets.
Jets are
This
going to
is,
Yeah.
like, again, as a Bills fan, I'm on cloud 9. Own this division for the next decade. I'm happy. Like,
Drake May always injured Tua and the Jets.
okay, right now, Drake May is the biggest concern I have because that we've seen what
We
the
haven't even
Dolphins
seen him play.
like without
Yeah,
Tua.
really.
Holy shit!
They,
Holy shit! The Dolphins are terrible,
yeah.
and the Jets have gone back 5 years. They are now they're screwed for the next 5 years. I'm on cloud 9. I'm honestly on, like, as a Bills fan,
Except for this
like, we're playing terribly. We're gonna win this division with 7 fucking wins, and I'm so looking forward.
It's the new NFC.
As far as the we'll talk about more the AFC East later, but as far as the Vikings go, did it look that great?
It looked great.
They got the win based on having an opportunistic defense. Like, I don't even think did they even score off a touchdown all game.
They scored one offensive touchdown.
Yeah,
It was the fullback.
That's right. It was CJ Ham. That's right, CJ Ham.
No one.
But yeah, I do agree. Now, granted, it's London. Weird things happen in the London games. So maybe this is like the weird off-kilter one. But yeah, I'm with you, Jake. I feel like the Sam Darnold reality check is coming very soon, and Vikings fans are not prepared for it.
no. The tough part the Vikings have is their next game is rough.
It's the Lions, right? After the Lions.
Yeah, so they've got the bye obviously this week.
That's a big test of what
Yeah.
they really know.
Then we'll talk about when we talk about the Seahawks. But they go the Lions. If they lose that game, then they play the Rams. They could lose that one again too.
Especially on
So
a short
that's-
week.
They've got a little bit of a tough stretch coming up. But the positive that the Vikings have is their tough stretch was the start of the year, and they're 5-0.
5-0. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So,
that's
Maybe there's hope.
yeah, like, you know, the two undefeated teams had arguably two of the hardest schedules, and they're undefeated. Like,
I'll start to get Hawkinson back after the bye.
yeah, and that's
That should
so
help.
if I'm a Vikings fan, you're not going to go 17-0, guys.
No.
You know,
Could you imagine?
the best thing for them,
The undefeated quarterbacks, Tom Brady, Larry Zonka.
Larry Zonka was a
and
whole lot.
Sorry. Yeah, who the fuck was the quarterback for the Dolphins?
It was Bob Greasy for the 72 Dolphins.
Bob Greasy, that's it. Yeah, Bob Greasy, Tom Brady, and then Sam Darnold.
But so I've seen people I've seen a lot of people bring up 2002. Was it 2002 Vikings? I think it was when they they were the second seed. Everyone was like, oh my god, they're so good, and then they lost in week 1. The difference between that team and this Vikings has finally got a defense. When was the last time the Vikings have had a defense that's looked this good? And the other big positive is Brian Flores isn't getting a head coach job anytime soon because he's still in the NFL. So congratulations, Vikings! You now got your defensive coordinator for the next 10 years. Like,
There's no
The
justice.
Steelers could have had Brian Flores there, DC.
yep.
Right.
At least your defense isn't the problem. Like, if your
Yeah.
defense right now was the problem, it'd make things at 10
Everyone
times
would go
worse.
We'd be 0-5. Let's be
Yeah.
clear.
We would 100%. So with this, the real story, like we alluded to, it's not the game itself; it's what happened afterwards. Because look, it happened this year, not the way I thought it would happen.
So long, farewell, I'll be the same.
Get the fuck out of here!
He's gone.
Not the first coach I would have.
Yeah.
predicted.
No.
Not look.
No, I think
We
like,
all-
if you
Go ahead.
We all called that he was gone this year. I think
Right.
all of us predicted Robert Saleh was getting fired this year. I didn't think it would be during the season, especially not
No.
after 5 weeks.
No.
No.
And
imagine surviving 3 years of Zach Wilson getting fired after 5 games.
Yeah, and you only
with
get-
Raj.
You get 5 games of Aaron Rodgers and you're gone. It's like, what?
Well, and this
Come on.
look, and we didn't talk about it because we weren't doing a show at that point, but this all came down to, I think, the day Robert Saleh lost his job, the day that Aaron Rodgers went, I'm getting rid of this man. The second I can was when he came out after mandatory minicamp and called Aaron Rodgers out and said it was unexcused. Soon as that happened, Aaron Rodgers went, "Wait, no, you don't call me out." And that's it. I like.
Well, it's not just that he was fired. The circumstances regarding his firing were really bizarre.
Right.
Because it's not like he was told ahead of time.
Caught off guard.
Yeah, it's like he was told ahead of time that he was doing he came into work and was told after he showed up, "You're fired."
Yeah.
Look, we've heard about 5 different reports of everything that happened right now, and honestly, all of them sound bullshit. All of this.
There's no way all of this happened.
The one thing that I believe that we have heard is that Robert Saleh was blindsided. It's the one thing that only I believe 100% makes sense. Everything else, it's like, what are you doing? And this makes no goddamn sense.
That's corded out by security.
Well, okay, maybe that. Maybe I believe that in terms of, but more so in just.
I didn't believe you would try to fight Joe Douglas.
No, I more believe it that Saleh felt he had earned the right. He deserved the right to be able to address the players himself as a man.
Yeah.
I thought, I should be able to actually say something to the players because as the head coach, he should be able to. He should have been able to do that, and it's disgusting that the team said no. There's another look. We'll talk about the Browns later, who I think are the worst run organization in football. Is just what the fuck's going on there. But I don't know why we seem to get under a little bit of a false sense of security about that the Jets were better than they actually are. The Jets are still the worst, one of the worst run organizations in football. The Panthers look competent right now compared to the Jets. I'm not
gonna go that far.
Competent is stretching it.
Okay, they just fired their
better
best
than the Jets, maybe.
Look, Robert Saleh's not a great head coach, but he's the best coach they have on staff. The problem on this team,
firing him fixes nothing. It fixes nothing.
Not only that, name one person right now who says the problem with the Jets is their defense.
No one. No one would say
not. So what did
there was one report that came out that Saleh wanted to get rid of Hackett.
Which was the smartest thing he's ever done as a head coach.
And what happened?
Rodgers pulled his weight, most likely.
The fuck we are.
That's what I think. I think this organization has gone, Aaron Rodgers, here is the keys to the kingdom. And Aaron Rodgers in his fucking ego has just gone, cool. I want
all my friends.
Nowhere near as confident as I used to be. No, the dude is washed. He's done.
Well, the question that we had after this was who was going to be the interim head coach. We're like, is it Nathaniel Hackett? Or is Aaron Rodgers going to be the very first player coach? Are we going to get a curveball? RFK going to come in to be the head coach?
Jordy Nelson, head coach. Okay. Greg Jennings.
Rex Ryan.
Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich has taken over head coaching duty, and I like that he's a coordinator. We'll see how he is as a head coach, but honestly, it doesn't really matter.
It's trading a defensive-minded guy for anner defensive-minded guy. Yeah. It's gonna be the same.
They're gonna win 5 more games.
I don't know how to fix the offense.
You look at their schedule. There's 3 games that I look at and go, they should win that. All right, it's the Patriots. They should win that. I would, and here's the thing. Okay, right now they have a better quarterback than the Patriots. I will give that. I will say 100%. Aaron Rodgers is better than either Jacoby Brissett or Drake May after 3 games. I'm gonna say one or the other.
Sure.
Right now, I would argue Aaron Rodgers is better than Anthony Richardson. If Anthony Richardson is the quarterback,
is he on the field?
Yeah,
is Aaron Rodgers on the field?
Play.
Well, I don't know.
If he is, he's down.
If Aaron Rodgers is on the field, it means he's already better than Richardson.
Yeah.
It's never healthy.
Well, okay, but if the Colts are playing Flacco, I think Flacco's better.
Oh, Flacco's absolutely better right
Yes.
now.
Like, so if I'm if I'm the Jets, I'm praying to God Richardson's back on the field. So and Flacco's not. And then the other one, well, there's two, and it depends on whether or not Tua is back. Because if it's Skylar Thompson, he's better than Skylar Thompson, and that,
anyone they
or Tyler Huntley.
or
Yeah.
anyone, whoever they trot out.
Yeah. The last one, which is my 50-50, and right now, maybe I'm prisoner of the moment, is
You think they could beat the Bills?
no.
Okay.
I mean, look, I'm worried about that game, but
Yeah.
like, he's not better than Josh Allen.
No.
Is the Steelers because like,
oh, and you're being kicked off the
but
street.
here's the thing. Hang on, wait. From a purely offensive point of view,
I
purely
understand. I'll give you that.
like, but the thing is, that defense is going to murder him. So
He's already being murdered. Yeah, he's picking himself off the ground after every play.
He's gotten murdered by worse,
hasn't played
worse
TJ Watt yet.
defenses.
yeah.
He hasn't played TJ Watt yet.
Here's like, there's a real chance the Jets lose their next two games. Otherwise, and then from there, I don't know how many they're going to win because they got a rough schedule going forward. And we thought it was a nice schedule. We were like, oh, this is a nice schedule if Aaron Rodgers is just a competent quarterback. He's not anymore. He is a bottom 10 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Like,
And we love
so
this.
they completely threw away the franchise. Derek Carr would have been better going to the Jets than Aaron Rodgers because he wouldn't have blown it up the way that Aaron Rodgers has. And he
Just
wouldn't
Devontae
Either way,
Adams.
Devontae Adams might have
I'll
gone
just
either
take
way.
Devontae Adams. I don't need
There's
anything
no
else.
way.
It doesn't do.
And you know what? Right now, no way Devontae Adams goes to the Jets.
I don't think Devontae Adams should want to go there because it's so dysfunctional.
Yeah, why would you?
Regardless if you're friends with Rodgers or not. Why would you want to go there?
But yeah, we will. The Jets are about to become really, really fun to watch, and I can't wait to see it. It's like, wait, do the Jets play the Titans this year? Do the Jets play the Titans this year?
Dude,
I
They
think
do.
they did.
Oh, they already played him. Damn it!
They already
They already played
They
him.
already did. They already did.
we already got the Will Levis game.
Why couldn't they have played it? Why couldn't they have played the Jets after this?
After this.
Actually, the one that could be like the one that's going to be one of those like, oh god, what the hell's going to happen in this game is the Jags.
Yep.
Oh,
Fun.
Middle of December, both teams are like 4-10 or whatever
Yeah.
they're gonna be at that point. Like,
Where
that-
where winning's actually hurting you.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
winning's
Yeah,
not a good
We're
thing.
planning for next year.
Yeah. But like, yeah, as a Bills fan, we're gonna own this decade. We're gonna own this division for the next decade. Unless Drake May is good, then maybe that's gonna be our competition with the Patriots. But right now,
okay,
we're-
we'll talk about the AFC East in a bit because I do have some thoughts on it. But yeah, let's move on. What's the next game?
another old man game who unfortunately wasn't able to pull through. Colts at Jags.
Yeah. He made it interesting though.
yeah.
He
Okay,
did.
okay. Watching this game, you cannot look at this game and tell me that Joe Flacco does not have some kind of grudge against Doug Peterson because Joe Flacco came out slinging.
Dude.
I
Like,
don't know how he's doing it. It's pretty
again,
amazing at his
and
age.
here's the thing. I understand. I get why the Browns couldn't sign him because it would have just made things 10 times worse in that organization.
Right.
But how did another team not just grab? Like, honestly, Flacco on the Patriots right now would be fun. It'd still not be great, but it would be fun. It'd be like, oh,
I
okay,
think
cool.
Flacco's fun no matter where he goes.
I just had the thought of trying to stick Joe Flacco into Mike McDaniel's offense in Miami.
But even
he
that,
just runs it
how-
exactly the same way.
It's more like how are these? There's teams out there who don't have a starting quarterback.
I mean, it was smart for the Colts because they knew of Richardson's injury.
Yeah, it's going to work out for the Colts, but like
Yeah, it was
Flacco's still good enough to be a starter for right now. Like in the NFL right now, he
No,
is.
you said, but no, don't
For a
be
couple
fooled.
games.
We saw this last year.
Over a whole
Flacco
year, I don't
is
know
good
about
in a
that.
spot
Yeah.
to start you, but
If
when
you
it
need him for the whole
really
year.
counts, he turns back to Joe Flacco.
Oh no,
his body's not going to hold up over.
No, here's the thing. That's why I said the Patriots would be fun. They wouldn't be a good team. They wouldn't be making the playoffs. They wouldn't be playing real teams, but they wouldn't look this bad. Like it's that's more where I'm at. It's just like it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, things
Flacco
for the
might be
Jaguars
dead.
were looking.
Yeah.
He might be dead. He might very well might be dead. Things are looking pretty dire. We're looking pretty dire in this game for Jacksonville because their defense was getting carved by Joe Flacco. In 2024, Joe Flacco is carving up your defense.
With Alec Pierce.
Yeah. Look, Doug Peterson is not long for this world. At least for this NFL world. Not trying to kill the guy, but like he's not long for this NFL world. This
You got lucky that you played a really bad defense, like the Colts.
Yeah, you got really lucky that you played this because Trevor Lawrence showed.
He also got lucky that they played in Jacksonville.
Sure.
Well, that too, yeah.
Mhm.
Like Trevor Lawrence showed the glimpse of like, oh yeah, that's right. You were a number 1 overall pick. You were this generational talent that everyone was like is going to be the savior of Jacksonville. So
You
like
do it week after week. We'll see.
yeah, we'll see what happens when you're in London, but this is a bad football team. Like they're just Jags are a bad football team who scored against a really, really, really bad defense in the Colts and made it somehow a shootout.
They might have found something though with Brian Thomas.
They might have.
We do not talk about Brian Thomas right now. We do not talk about No, we do not.
Couldn't another team have had Brian Thomas?
Jesus Christ.
I'm kicking him out of
Oh, wow. You took control.
You made a
Kick me out.
Even though I was the one that brought it up.
Brian Thomas.
This does give Jacksonville their very first win of the year, and as a result, the 08 Lions and the 16 Browns both down a bottle of any alcohol they get their hands on because now they survive another year with their record.
Yep, they survived another win.
It's my theory that the same way that the City Dolphins pop champagne every time all teams are beaten. I feel like those two teams they just have to down a bottle of something once every team has a win.
Yeah, it's oof. I mean, look, congrats on the Jags. To be fair, you could have made some sweet money if they were if you had them for the last defeat, last winless team.
Yeah, no one expected that.
No. So yeah, congrats, Jags. Yeah. You are still one of.
Also, say Doug Peterson's job for at least 2 more weeks. We'll talk about
least
that
because he'll coach both London games, and then if you lose those, then they'll just leave.
There's no way you get fired after one London game.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Here is the sneaky thing that could happen because here's the problem they've got. They play their harder of the 2 games is the first one. And then they play the Patriots the second one. So it's kind of one of those if they get demolished in the first game and then beat the Patriots, it's like how do you fire him?
You can't fire off a win.
So I could maybe understand them doing it, but at the same time, it's at the same time you're like, but that's a really rough spot to put an interim coach going into.
Sure.
So who knows? Alrighty.
What do we got next?
Oh God, we got another unwatchable game.
Okay, here's my question for this: does anybody want to win the AFC East? Anybody?
Not really.
I would like to.
Shut up,
the Bills by default would like to.
They complete double-digit passes. That's how you win. That's how you win the division.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, this game again. Look, here's what I'll say about the Dolphins. You see, when Andrew Luck retired, we saw that the Colts team was built for Andrew Luck and Andrew Luck alone.
Sure.
We are seeing this with the Miami Dolphins now. For whatever reason, this is an offense that can only work with one guy. I don't know why. I don't know how that's possible. But Tua is the only person in the NFL, as we've seen, that can make this offense work. We've seen Mike White. We've seen Skylar Thompson. We've seen Tyler Huntley, and nothing works.
No, not at all. I'm still kind of shocked that they didn't sign Ryan Tannehill in the lead up to camp. Like, that always made so much sense to me in terms of like, he's gonna come in, he's gonna have a backup job, and just like he would be gangbusters ahead of Huntley and Thompson and Mike White. Like, he has to be, right? Like,
right.
There's no way he's
Unless there's bad blood.
worse.
Yeah.
Unless there's bad blood between Tannehill and Miami, I don't know how things.
That's true. That's
That's
possible.
true.
I mean, although the regime that was there when he was there is no longer present, so maybe not. But point is, Patriots defense, again, I don't know if this is the Patriots defense being good or the Miami Dolphins offense being bad without Tua. Actually, I do know. It's the second one.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine losing to a team that had no offense. Like, no offense whatsoever. Like, there wasn't even like a touchdown scored by the Dolphins until the fourth quarter.
5 minutes.
Which, by the way, that is the first time since like mid 2023 that the Dolphins had a lead in a game. It hadn't happened until then.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think you kind of already alluded to it, but have we ever seen this where it was very widely, very, very widely and pretty much all agreed upon that Mike McDaniel was an incredibly talented head coach and Tua was a very mediocre quarterback. And all of us right now are like, an
Maybe
injury.
it's the opposite.
Sorry. An injury to said quarterback has made everyone go, maybe it was the other way around.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, like maybe Tua is way better than we actually thought he was.
Yeah, because like, look, Tyreek Hill's got to wear some of this. So like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, they've got to wear some of this. In that, okay, you guys are being paid like 2 of the top 10 wide receivers in football. You might have a shit quarterback, but you need to make him better. That's what, like, you need to help make him better and start going, okay, cool. Let us work together to make our quarterbacks better. So they've got to wear some of this. Absolutely. The defense is playing better than the defense is not great. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I get that the Patriots were the Patriots, so they couldn't win this. But I mean, they're literally a heel away from winning this game.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I don't know how that touchdown was overturned. It seemed like
it's because it's a technical rule. It's a really technically dumb rule, and that's why. It's because if
it's also, do you want to give the Patriots the benefits of ref ball again? We just want to hear that. We don't want to.
So it's if you're facing the quarterback, it's not the toe, it's the heel that's considered the toe tap. And that's the dumbest, and it's only on that line too. And it's really dumb, but that's the rule. It is a rule in there. So the refs actually got the rule correct. Like it shocking. Surprisingly, they actually got it correct. But yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, not a whole ton to say about this game. The Patriots still look miserable, and honestly, they might look more miserable next week. We'll see if we'll talk about that later. But
sure.
Yeah, this game was just horrendous. The Dolphins, I think they're on a bye this week, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, Dolphins are on a bye.
Much needed for this team.
Well, yes, much needed, and it then. Okay,
Tua has to miss one more game. He has to miss one more game.
So that's because the bye technically counts, doesn't it?
I think
it doesn't count towards. It doesn't count towards IR. IR you have to miss like.
Does it not?
It counts for 4 games. For 4 weeks.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Miami.
We got to survive one more.
That's
one more game.
That's because then you're getting fucked over if you're playing if you've got an early bye. That's
exactly.
That's weird. That's okay. That makes no sense. Fair enough.
Well, sorry, Miami fans. You guys survive this for one more week.
Yep. One more week of this, and then who knows? It may be more. But the fact that, but I will say the fact that they haven't called anyone kind of makes me think that he's coming
They
back.
believe Tua's coming back. Yeah.
But not only do they believe he's coming back quicker than because the way they have played over the last 2 weeks, if you think Tua's not coming back until after Thanksgiving, you've made a call. You had to have made a call by now. Otherwise, your season's done. You're not winning another game between now and Thanksgiving without Tua. So that is the concern. But if they think Tua's coming back in 2 weeks, like if Tua's gone, I'll be back as soon as IR's off. Okay, cool. Yep. All right. Well, we will eat the 4 weeks. Yeah, we'll eat the 4 weeks. They jagged a win against the Patriots. If the next game, they probably thought they
after their
didn't they? Who was the other one that they jagged a win against?
But the Jaguars in week 1.
The Jags, that's right. Yeah,
on the last second field goal.
Yeah. And then next week they obviously have off, and then they played Colts. They play Colts in 2 weeks. Again, one of the worst defenses in football, so they might jag that win, and then Tua comes back against the Cardinals, which is probably a good thing because that's a bad defense too. So yeah.
Maybe there's
and then you play the Bills, which not a great defense either.
You get to see your nemesis. You get to see your nemesis, Damar Hamlin, again.
We'll talk about Damar.
Well,
all right.
What's next?
All right. Let's give you. Do you want to go the sad, like the tough AFC North game, or the one where you just get to point and laugh?
Let's do the tough one first. We'll point and laugh afterwards.
All right.
Yeah.
Ravens and Bengals.
It's actually we can point and laugh a little bit. Joe Burrow, who's a little ninny bitch. Dude has 12 interceptions. Dude has 12 touchdowns, 1 pick, and has only won 1 game. I don't
talk
know
about not having a defense.
Yeah, the single biggest takeaway for both teams from this game.
Sure.
Holy shit! How bad is both of your defenses? Like, how bad?
I mean, it's not just that. It's also the fact that AFC North ball, and Patrick can attest to this. AFC North ball is an acid trip. Like, logic, reason, all that shit out the window.
Yeah.
But this isn't AFC North football though. Like
this game
didn't feel like it.
God no.
It was way too high scoring. I'm saying like this
is fucking 2010s Big 12 football. Like this Oklahoma Texas Tech, just like defense optional.
Yeah. This game was just that. It was here's the thing. The Ravens defense, I think, is bad. I don't know it's bad yet. The Bengals defense, I know is bad.
We know
absolutely bad.
The Bengals defense is horrific. It is one of the worst in football, except apparently against the Chiefs. That's the one that they just like, hey, Chiefs.
The one that they actually wake up for.
Yeah. That's where they get out of bed. I can't tell you this, and then I feel like I feel we're gonna get back to classic AFC North ball when we get to the last half of the season. The Steelers play all their AFC North games. Those games are gonna be fucking ugly. But this was like a weird, like, I did not think it'd be this high scoring. I would have taken the under on this with a bullet. I was so wrong because neither defense decided to show up.
No,
either that or Joe Burrow woke up and ate his Wheaties.
Yeah. So Joe Burrow. They have the very definition of a must win this weekend, and their season's on the line. And I actually feel for Burrow because he's played one bad game all year, and it was
Joe Burrow's a fucking menace, but I'll admit he has played pretty well.
Like, here's the thing: if their record, like, take the exact same stats, but make their record 3-2. So they beat the Commanders and they beat the Ravens instead of they win those. He's the MVP favorite. Yeah. Right now. He's 100% the MVP favorite. But because they've lost those 2 games,
exactly.
Like no one is making that argument. And because he is playing extremely well. The defense is just giving up points. And
the defense and Zach Taylor.
Well, yeah, and you have the curse of Zach Taylor.
and the
be
punter,
concerned.
whoever that is.
Big concern for you.
Chance, I'd be very concerned right about now.
I need this team. Okay, look, I want them to lose, but I know I need this team to win a couple games just to keep Zach Taylor employed.
They missed the playoffs this year. I don't know if he's still.
I think he might get fired.
Oh, he's not. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Like if they don't make the playoffs, I think he's gone. I don't
literally
know
as soon as Lamar fumbled, he just assumed, oh yeah, we won the game.
And especially given you're gonna look like Higgins is gone 100%. And if I was the Bengals, if I was the Bengals, I would be trading him before the deadline because this season's a write-off. If you lose Sunday, Higgins has to be traded by the deadline. Has to be, because it's the only way you're going to get anything. You might lose Chase. You genuinely, if the owner isn't going to pay him, you might lose Chase, which this team's dead if that happens.
Which he won't because it's Paul Brown.
Exactly. And you're right. You're right.
But here's the thing. That's why I think Zach Taylor's going to stay here for another 2 years. I don't think he wants to pay the buyout. Look how long Marv Lewis stayed in Cincinnati, right? Like, I have no fear that Zach Taylor's gone because it's Paul Brown.
That is true.
Fair.
That's fair. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, that's fair. How long? Does Joe Burrow have no trade?
Never given. He has to.
You'd think,
There's no
right?
way he doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no way he doesn't.
He may demand out. He may actually.
Everyone wants out.
I changed my mind.
And Brown at that point might be like, "Wait, I get off the hook of this money? Yes, here."
How many first round picks do you think it would take to get Joe Burrow?
It'd be 3 in the contract. That's the thing. It'd be 3 in the contract.
It'd be 3.
Like you would have to take the entire contract, including the dead money. That would be the thing. Yeah. Like you would have to take everything, and that's the only way that someone would do it. Yeah.
I will say though, the Bengals were very, very close to winning this in OT. The game actually went to OT. I've never given Stonks of the Week to a long snapper. I'm not going to.
We shouldn't be the punter who was holding the ball.
No, but it was also a bad snap.
It was.
It rolled.
Yeah. I actually felt for him, like
just the special teams that is the not Stonks.
It was a bad. Got the blame, and it wasn't his fault. And the long snap, it was like his first day. Or like this was his first game or something. Like,
look, I will say,
how do I do this?
I will say, if you're the Bengals, you go into OT, go for the touchdown. I don't care where you are, go for the touchdown. Because this is the second time you've been in a situation where you got to kick the ball and win the game. The fucking chip shots, and you miss.
Although 50-something yarder, wasn't it?
To be fair, that's how they made the Super Bowl. It was in that season. All 3 of those playoff games came down to a game-winning field goal in overtime, and they won.
You use all your luck perks up. You're not getting them back, so just don't do it anymore. Now you're cursed.
That's fair.
Now you're cursed. You got the one. You got the one. That's it.
We've spent this entire time just ripping on the Bengals, which fine. Exactly. The Ravens, Lamar. Right now, Lamar should probably be MVP favorite.
He has to be.
But I don't think he will. I don't think he will because he's going to have the Giannis and Embiid and Jokic problem of you don't do anything in the playoffs. We can't give it to you again because in the playoffs.
Oh no, never mind. That is Embiid.
Yeah, like Embiid's never winning another MVP until something happens in the playoffs. Jokic and Giannis had that problem, and then they won in the playoffs, and now Jokic is going to get MVP again. Like that's why. So that's going to be Lamar's problem is because until he wins something in the playoffs, he's not getting MVP.
Mm-hmm. I mean, King Henry might help, and Grant he did get tackled for a safety, not his fault, but Derrick Henry ended up as being very good.
Derrick, he was bad week 1 against the Chiefs, but since then, He's like, it's gone. Oh,
since then, I would say he's probably front runner for offensive player of the year.
Yeah, I would give you that 100%. Yep, I would put him there. Like, given
as of right now, there's a genuine chance Derrick Henry walks away with his second offensive player of the year award.
Yep.
Like, and in reality, probably a better MVP candidate than Lamar Jackson at this point.
Right. Look, like, if the world was fair, Derrick Henry's MVP. The way he is playing, he is an MVP. I mean, either him or if the world was fair, TJ Watt as well, but that's another thing. And like this,
like that.
I don't know. All right. Well, I'll make life happier, and you guys get to clown on the Browns now.
We all get to Browns.
So do we want to do Browns clowning first, or do we want to just give the Commanders their props?
Let's give the Commanders their props.
I haven't actually been here for 2 weeks, so I kind of really want to just give the Commanders their props because I haven't been able to.
Let's give them their props. I feel like we're gonna spend more time clowning on the Browns. So let's get the Commanders.
In all seriousness, this is the most exciting, most fun football currently being played by an NFL team. This is so fun to watch. Oh, but offense. Sorry, I will say this is so fun to watch. Jaden Daniels is so incredibly fun as a quarterback to watch. It is not sustainable, and they are not going to make it into like they're probably going to be okay this year.
Yeah.
Come December, especially January football, they're going to get murdered because that defense is horrific.
But they need to get murdered. They need to get murdered so they don't go the same path as RG3.
I honestly think this is the worst secondary I've ever seen play pro football.
Like, they're awful.
So horrific.
So bad.
He's gonna need to keep scoring this many points.
And Patrick, we do have to give them their due because of their refusal to draft Joey Porter Jr. We got him instead.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing. Like this Commanders team, the defense is terrible. But yeah, it's just so much fun watching. Unfortunately, it is a Cliff Kingsbury ran offense.
Exactly.
And at some point, I said this last week in our chat, it's a college offense, and college offenses always work for about 8 weeks in the NFL. And because it doesn't change, teams go, oh, it's college offense. Cool. Yep. Done. That's how we fix it. That's how we stop it. And they stop it. It's what happened with Arizona for 3 years straight. And then he got fired. And that's why. So yeah, the fact that Kingsbury's name's coming up in head coaching talk.
Did we not learn?
I'm about to say have we seen enough evidence to why it doesn't work?
Yeah.
This team has very 2021 card. Has a lot of 2021.
Oh, it is. It's 100% 2021 Cardinals. And yeah, like I said, probably the most fun team to watch in football right now, and I love watching them. It is not sustainable. And I want to give you your dues. Jaden Daniels, you are definitely Rookie of the Year favorite right now. Right. And have been an awesome player to watch play. I am terrified for when you're going to get hit because
you're
skinny.
It starts next week.
Yeah. It's going to be rough.
Now let's talk about the other side of this matchup.
I just want to say one thing quickly. I want to say one thing quickly about the Commanders. My dad is a Commanders fan, and my God, he has suffered through so much.
Let them have their joy.
I'm just so happy he can enjoy watching football for even just a half season.
I know, and that's the thing. Here's the thing: outside of unless you're in the East, I don't think there's really anyone who hates on the Commanders now, especially given they've given they
sold the team. Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those hey, go have fun. Go have fun. This is fun to watch.
You go, guys.
Yeah, until they do shitty things that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, okay, we want to see you. Yeah. Right now it's just you know what? This is fun. I like watching this. So yeah. All right.
But now
speaking of not fun.
Yeah, speaking of not fun, gentlemen.
Awful team.
The Sadness Factory is officially reopened.
It's open and it is running 24/7.
Oh yeah, it's not just open. It is pumping out overtime.
Oh my God. It could power.
This is bad. This
could power many states.
So I put this in. Okay, the take I saw. Okay, The take I saw that is the one that I'm kind of like, I think you have to do this. I also don't know if any team would do it. Is Browns call up the Panthers. We will give you Deshaun Watson and the 3rd overall pick. So you're giving up your first and the third, and you're giving up your quarterback, and you're eating the 80 million, which is the dead cap for this year. But then they eat the 90 million. They eat the rest of it, and that's
What
the
did
Bryce
what
Young?
did Panthers get out of this?
No. You don't get, and you get a 7th. Like that's it. Like you're not getting anything. It's
Like,
just
what?
to get
You get a 7th.
it's
most
just to
in-
get you
Oh
off
my
that
God.
contract.
That
It's so that
is
you,
that is-
Wow.
sorry. Finish it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it's just so you can get off that contract. And I was like, I get it. Like they're not gonna do it
There's no way.
because like you
Why would the
can't.
Panthers do that?
But if I'm the because if you're the Panthers, you get 2 top 5 picks
Nah.
straight away. Like that's a franchise changing.
But also
especially-
a lot of dead cat, a lot of
Yeah,
money.
but
and
if you
Deshaun
write off,
Watson.
but if you're just okay, if you've got the cap here, like who are Panthers paying? Like they've got 1 year, write it all off, and you get 2 top 5 picks that you're not paying anyone for. Like that's franchise changing.
I mean, the
Do
only
we trust
issue
the Panthers
is
to be smart, or
yeah, there's that, but there's also who's going to be their quarterback because Sean Watson
Browns?
stinks. No, I'm
No,
talking about
Panther-
the Panthers.
if-
Oh, the
if this
Panthers,
happened, who the
they try and draft someone or something. Like
that quarterback
that worked so well the last time.
time.
oh, the next one coming. Oh, I know that 100%. This next
So-
class is not good. This
no,
next
it's
class
so-
is not
no
good.
one wins in this deal.
Yeah, no, right. That is actually going to be the biggest.
Everyone loses except the
Yeah.
laughter. The laugh that always wins.
Yeah. So how long? Okay, actually, I wanted to ask this: how long until Myles Garrett's on the trade block? Because that's the only other way I can see.
I mean, Amari Cooper's already on the trade block.
No, but
He
that's the
is.
only other way I can see the Browns getting out of some of this mess is getting their picks back and try. And
You know
trying-
what?
I want my picks back, all of them.
for the laughs. I would love to see Myles Garrett get traded, and I would bring Matt Thomas back just for that.
Oh, cruel man.
Like,
looking at his contract. Ooh, interesting. His potential out is this year.
That's what I mean. I
Yeah.
could see it. I really could see Myles Garrett getting traded at some point in the next. Like, I put it this way.
They just blow
I
it
don't
all
think.
up.
I do not think Myles Garrett is a Brown next year. I straight up don't. I think he is traded because right now Myles Garrett's worth 2 firsts. You could genuinely get
At
2
minimum.
firsts for Myles
Yeah.
Garrett and to the right team. And there's teams who would take it, and
No, yeah.
there's teams where they would give up a top 10 pick for him. Like, someone would give up a genuine haul to go get him who have a half decent pick. And if that's for the Browns, I think that may be worth it. The problem Browns are going to have is, again, you are stuck with that god awful contract for the next 3 years. You like, they've never been this. If
And we don't feel
I
that
don't know
bad
what they're going to
for
do.
them.
I really don't. I really don't know what they're going to do as a football team. This is a disaster. This is an absolute.
Well, the crazy thing is just like how much Kevin Stefanski is choosing to stick with Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah, because it's
So,
all
like,
his decision,
Sorry,
right?
there is no way, no chance this is
No,
that he wants to. No chance
No.
this is his decision.
Absolutely. Stefanski wanted to go to Jameis probably after week 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one bit where I think it's like him and Deshaun Stefanski were not on the same page, and so like he's just sitting like arguing like from the sideline of the field. It's like,
Okay,
what the fuck
not
is happening?
look. I'm not going to defend Deshaun Watson at all ever in my entire life, except that one clip. I think
Except for right now.
that one clip has been taken a little bit out of context in that, like, because it was where it was a 4th down and they were like, oh, we're going to go for it. Like Stefanski wanted to go for it, and
I know there were like too many men on the field. Or something.
Watson knew there were too many men on the field, so he walked off thinking they were going to take a timeout, and
Stefanski wasn't doing it.
and then they didn't take the timeout. So like that is just bad communication between the two teams, but like between the two between head coach and
Quarterback.
his quarterback. Stefanski, is unfortunately going to be the scapegoat of all of this, and it really sucks because he's a really talented head coach. Clearly, some team's going to get him, and they're going to be very good. Very
look, Stefanski, I will let bygones be bygones. You want to come be our OC?
Here we go.
I'm good. I'm good with that. You gonna take a first round pick for Denzel Ward? Like, I'm open to that too.
Take all of your defense, please.
We'll take out. Look, Myles Garrett. I'll let
Could you imagine Myles Garrett and TJ Watt?
Oh my God.
I don't think that's
Lord.
That's not. I think we get David Stern vetoing the trade to the Lakers situation.
Okay. Speaking of the NBA, I have a feeling this Deshaun Watson is going to open up that same type of NBA deal that the NBA had, where you can't trade more than 3 years picks and you can't go down. Like, I think because this trade has been such a disaster and is going to put the Browns back a decade. Like, this is going to take 3 years to get out of this mess, and then 5 years to rebuild it. So it's a decade at least.
Yeah. And you know what the funniest part about that is? It would be just like it was in the NBA. It'd be Cleveland that did it.
Yeah,
Cleveland, the source of all of your.
But like, I think that is what is going to happen, and they're going to put a rule against like you won't be able to trade three first round picks anymore. It's going to be
You're saying draft day is unrealistic?
Yeah, I think it's going to be two firsts at most, and then
do you think the Cleveland players went to Deshaun Watson's birthday party?
Absolutely not.
I think, in all seriousness, if I was Stefanski, I'd be coming because I would be going up to the O lineman and just saying, just let him get hit. We need him injured. Just let him get hit. We need him injured because then Jameis Winston can start playing. The owner's not letting me bench him.
So I need him to get hurt.
I need him to get
It's
hurt.
Bounty Gate, but like for players on your own team. Players on your own team.
For his own team.
Good Lord.
It doesn't help that. I mean,
what is that? The fucking Pat Tillman policy?
Chance.
Good Lord.
I mean, to be fair, he might not even have to do that because I'm looking at their depth chart now. 4 of the 5 starting linemen are questionable this week. So.
Yeah, they're hurt anyway. So you don't even need to try.
No, that's how he's doing. He's not making it obvious. He's like, they're questionable. I'm just gonna put freaking high schoolers in as the O linemen again.
Backups of backups.
Won the Steelers Super Bowl in 2008. So hey, maybe we'll
against. Oh god, it's that Eagles pass rush. Okay, well then they're fine. They're fine. Well, Watson will live another day. Speaking of playing high schoolers, let's talk Bills Texans.
No.
Okay.
Who was the high schooler in this scenario?
This game, the Bills receiving core. This game does have my not Stonks player of the week. It's not entirely his fault, but still, Josh Allen. What the hell, dude? Like, you're a consensus top 3 quarterback, and you complete 9 passes.
The worst completion rate in NFL history.
Even Zach Wilson could throw better.
No one's ever done this. It is the worst. Now, he's throwing to literal high schoolers. So, like, these guys are not NFL caliber wide receivers. Keon Coleman, I still don't love I still don't love Xavier Worthy as a wide receiver. The more I see him play, I'm like, oh, you can't get separation. The unfortunate thing is Keon Coleman can't either. So that's the unfortunate problem.
You're just bigger.
He's obviously missing his best weapon.
His best weapon, Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, with Shakir is his best weapon. A third stringer. Okay, that's fun. So I'm not going to put 100% of the blame on Josh Allen because he has nothing and no one and Bean.
But he was making it work like the first 3 or so.
He was making it work.
He was making it work. But
he was. He was making it work against some of the worst defenses.
I know.
Okay, that's the thing. But the other big thing that they were making work is James Cook was popping off and running the ball really well. For the first time ever, the Bills had a run game. No, we didn't. We just had a really, really bad we were playing against bad defenses. The other, I keep coming on this show and I've kind of I've somewhat been, as the Bills fan, have been the Damar Hamlin hater. There's a reason he's a second string. He's not a good safety. I'm sorry. He went through hell and everything he went through. It's an incredible story that he is back playing NFL.
Get the fuck out of here.
He should be on special teams.
His pick, and everyone went all crazy because he got he got his first ever interception. There was a reason it was his first, and it was a fucking pass. It was a pass from Trevor Lawrence where he just went, I'm just going to give you the ball. It wasn't a pick. So Damar Hamlin's, he's not a starting NFL safety. I'm sorry. He's just not good enough. And Rasul Douglas, the game has moved past him. He's not either. He is done. This team is a badly constructed team.
It is. And it's really unfortunate that Kyer Elam never panned out.
The unfortunate reality of this team and what is hurt and painful so much is we're going to win the division because the East sucks so much and McDermott's going to keep his fucking job and we're just going to go through this same cycle again. I'm where you guys are, but I at least admit my coach needs to move on. It's like, hey, it's time for us to move on. But guys, McDermott needs to go.
That was terrible clock management.
It's just not.
Yeah. I will say they had a chance. It was, again, despite the complete lack of offense.
Right. They were still at least going overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was still tied 20. The Bills get the ball. I'm checking this. I'm checking this
5-yard line or something. They were pretty far back.
But they got the ball with 30 seconds left. So so you're going to run the ball. You're going to run it out and go into overtime. It's fine.
We got the ball back on our 2-yard line because but not only that, they were in field goal range. Remember, this is the thing everyone. Texans were in field goal range. We got a really good. They got a penalty that kicked them out of field goal range, or they put them in not automatic. It was like 50. Right. It was like 57, 58, and it was kind of one of those. If you miss it, you're giving them the ball in really good field position. So they punted instead, and they got it on the 1 yard, and they got it on the 2-yard line. 3-yard line. Sorry, go for it.
Either way, 30 seconds. Texans have, I think, 2. You're going to get a drink.
I think Texans still have all 3 timeouts.
I don't know. I don't know if they had all 3, but they definitely had some. But point is, either way,
Texans had all 3. We had all 3.
A smart decision would have been to try and run the ball out. Even if they burn all their timeouts, you can still probably leverage that into drain some clock.
Yes.
That's not what the Bills did. They decided to throw the ball 3 times in a row. And not just little slants or quick ins. No. These were deep shots for absolutely no reason. It's just why are you doing that? You're not going to drive the entire length of the field in 25 seconds. I know Patrick Mahomes did it, but no.
Josh Allen saw Stephon Diggs on the sideline. He was oh, wait. There he is. Stephon.
Oh, fuck. No. I'm sorry.
Wait. I forgot you're on their team now.
So, yeah. The Bills kill a whopping, 15 seconds of clock. Punt the ball back to the Texans, who get the ball back close to midfield. 1 play later,
in field goal range. It was a terrible
Bad punt.
But also, the Texans had to use a timeout to be able to set up for the field goal. So if you had made them use all their timeouts, they would.
Yep, all the timeout. There's no way they could set up for the field goal in time. So they got these timeout, kick the field goal, and the Texans walked out with a win. Horrible time management from Sean McDermott.
Look, McDermott is a very good coach. The Jets could use him next season. In all seriousness, he's that sounds dumb. He is an incredible culture builder. He is a coach who can go in and build a culture and make this a team have a sense of identity and change. And that is something the Jets need more than anything. He would be fantastic on the Jets. Unfortunately, the Bills are in a position where we need someone who can then go from that to winning a Super Bowl. And he can't do that. He's just not that type of coach. And so right now, that's where we're at. And unfortunately, Bean has not drafted well. That now needs to really be said. We have not drafted well over the last 5 years, and we're paying for it now. We're now that this year was the rebuild, retool kind of. We're not going to be good year. Unfortunately, it's kind of linked up with when the entire East is also not going to be good. So, yay, we get another. We're going to be playing a first place schedule again. Yay. So that's.
Let me see. So let's see. Over the last 5 years, your last 5 picks were Shaq Lawson, who's no longer on the team. Trey White, no longer on the team. Josh Allen, who's still there. Tremaine Edmonds, no longer on the team.
Josh Allen's older than 5 years, but okay.
I'm sorry.
I think it's last 5 first-round picks.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was also looking at the wrong one. So okay, let's Ed Oliver, decent at best.
He missed this game. He missed this game, I believe.
He did miss this game. Overpaid. Greg Russo, who's solid, like nothing great. Kyrie Elam, completely with on that one. And Dalton Kincaid, who you just refuse to throw to.
Yeah, you refuse to use. He should be your number one receiver.
Kincaid's not great. He's in moments he can be, but he's not great. And look, the other miss that no one talks about because it's not technically a miss, but we could have had Jefferson. We traded Diggs. We got Diggs for Jefferson. The pick that they used was Jefferson. Yeah. So that's that's the other one. And again, you don't know that.
You know who else you could have used for this game? Brian Thomas.
Yeah, we should have traded up for him. It hurts. It's like we needed to trade up, going up and getting Brian Thomas. That was the one I wanted. Yeah. God damn Jags.
What's our next game?
Panthers at Bears.
Just
go. Wow.
I think the Andy Dalton. Go ahead.
Good.
I think the Andy Dalton experience it's over. I think it was fun while it lasted.
Yep. Panthers fans, I hope you enjoyed it. How very rude, Chicago, to go to the city for the team that helped you rebuild your own squad and just teabag them from a national audiences.
Just be like, yeah.
Using the teabag.
Look at our shiny new toys.
Yeah. Be like, hey, you guys could have had this guy. You could have had him.
Look at these cool toys.
Look at these 2 guys that you can have.
Yeah.
Not just one.
Can you guys imagine having DJ Moore? It's crazy, right?
God.
Just like this. Look, the one takeaway I have from this is Caleb starting to show that he's a very talented quarterback.
But again, you did get to play the Panthers, so
and that's the thing. He was his feet were definitely put to the fire to start the season, and he's starting to develop a little bit better. That O-line is looking a little bit better. It's not great, but it's looking better. The positive they have is their next. Then Jesus Christ! Okay, the Bears might
the Jaguars next.
They might win their next 4. They go Jags, Commanders, Cardinals, Patriots. All 4.
I don't want to be in a world. I don't want to be in a world where the Bears fans have joy.
The Bears have essentially the NFC version of the Steelers schedule. If you look at it closely, where all of their divisional games are like in the back half of the season, and they have 2 supposedly wicked tough games with conference opponents as well in 49ers Seahawks.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Like, what is the scheduling in this fucking league?
I don't. But yeah, and like, can we actually we'll have this conversation for the next in the next one, because there's a very real possibility of this happening. Again, Bears, you're a better team. Like I think right now they're a fringe playoff team. Again,
Currently, yes.
They're fringe. They're going to be fighting for that 7th seed. I think there's about 4 teams in the NFC that are fighting for that final spot. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, Panthers, you guys are most likely getting the number 1 pick. You guys are terrible. They're just terrible.
Has any team ever had the number 1 pick 3 years in a row?
Nothing comes to mind.
I mean, I
guess technically they didn't win. They didn't win.
Technically, they've only had it once so far.
Yeah,
and it was last year. So yeah. Yeah. All right. Packers at Rams.
Ooh.
This
Since Will Levis was on bye this week, this game contained the Will Levis moment of the week.
Yeah, it did. I will say, look, if a fully healthy Rams team wins this game,
100%. Unfortunately, the Rams have just decimated on injury. My slight hot take, potentially, these two are both coming last in their division.
Ooh.
I mean, the Rams are off to a bad
Rams is likely, yes. Rams is likely.
I think
because that division's really good. Yeah, I could see it.
Like right now, like Rams, Cardinals are playing better than we thought.
Yep.
Like the Cardinals are a better team than a lot of people thought. And their defense is terrible, but the positive Cardinals have is they've got their division wins. Yep. The Vikings are a better team than we thought they would be, and like Packers and Lions are better. The Bears, it's the competition with the Bears, and I think Bears have an easier schedule.
Yeah.
Like that's
very possible.
Yeah. So that's kind of where that's that hot take of like Packers might come last in their division, which is again
and not with a winning record probably still.
With like an 8-9 at worst.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I think it's the NFC North stole the AFC North's best division in football, Monaco.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah. But
again, we had a good run.
We did.
There's really only one talking point from this game, and Chance, I don't know if you've got a video or.
Oh, is it the interception?
The single dumbest interception I think I've ever seen.
I did not get it rendered, but yeah. There was one bit where the fact that this didn't lose in the game is incredible.
Exactly.
Carlos trying to avoid a safety and as a result throws a pick 6.
He just flips it over his shoulder when he's falling.
I don't
know what you're doing.
The unfortunate reality for the Packers, and this is the choice you make, is Jordan Love still has rookie mistakes in him because he is only a second-year starter.
Yes,
but you've had to pay him because you decided, like you
waited that long.
Like you sat him for 3 years, which fair enough. I think it's paid off. Like I think it's going to end up paying off because I think Jordan Love is still a very talented quarterback, but he does still have these really dumb rookie moments in him. The positive you've got is Matt LaFleur is a very talented head coach. Sure. So, if I'm the Packers also, Robert Saleh, hey, you want a defensive coordinator job?
There you go.
Because I know there's about 4 teams that are going to be calling him right now. Like, want a DC job? Because, yeah.
He's going to get a DC job, like,
easily. Of course.
Like,
easily.
Look, the team that I think he's going back to is the 49ers. I think he goes to the 49ers this year.
Back to home.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he's back at the 49ers this year. Bills, hey. He's right there. and hey,
is he still in the state? Quickly.
Here's the thing. Go call him this week and you can get him to just go really fuck over the Jets. Like this is what they're going to do.
Rams. Again, I've said it before, but I just feel bad for the Rams. Like if this team just
nothing's panned out.
There's some kind of like black storm cloud going around this franchise where like things go really good, and I know who's to blame. It's Stan Kroenke. Yeah, like Stan Kroenke has fucked over several cities in his tenures as ownerships. Feel like it's finally coming back. Like, okay, we'll get one Super Bowl, but you will never get back again.
They're good one year, they're bad the next, and it just rinses.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is that like even if they were healthy, I didn't like this team coming in. Like I didn't buy the hype. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are higher on them. Like I didn't think they'd be this, right? Like this is definitely like a certain level.
Yeah.
Some of it maybe is the after effect of losing Aaron Donald.
But here's the thing. The 49ers are where I thought they would be. So if the Rams were healthy and like assuming the Rams were healthy, they're winning this division 100% right now. Like they are winning this. If they've got Puka and Cooper back, they're winning this division. Like they're because 49ers are not a good team this season. No. Like they're a poor run team. So yeah, like that was my thing with the Rams, and then going into the playoffs, Matt Stafford and McVay in the playoffs, anything could happen. Like that's kind of where I was with the Rams. Was just one of those like you've got a guy at quarterback who is extremely talented, and you've got one of the best top 5 head coaches in football in a terrible division. You're going to make the playoffs, and in the playoffs, anything can happen. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the first genuine quarterback benching. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, outside of Bryce Young. So I forgot that he got benched.
Bryce Young did happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look, I did not have a clip of the pick 6 by Jordan Love, but I do have a clip of his
3rd and 11. Minshew down the sideline, jump ball, and it's Riley Moss. White power! White power! Power! Power!
White power! Was that Bad Boys 2?
The first one. The first one.
It was Bad Boys 2.
No,
that was one. That was one. That was 2.
It's Bad Boys 2. It's Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, it was 2.
That wasn't even the first pick he threw. That was the second one.
Yeah, it wasn't, but that was the first pick by a white cornerback.
Oh,
almost in over 20 years.
It's like it has to be at least since like the 70s. Or
2002. Jason.
The first pick by a white corner since 2002.
I would have thought. Yeah, I would have never thought that was the first time in 20 years.
Yeah. Look, the Minshew experiment's over. I think we all knew this day was coming.
Yep.
I remember a time where you tried to trade me Josh Allen for Gardner Minshew.
I did.
That, like, I will a disclaimer. It was not a straight up 1-for-1. There was some other stuff.
No, it was it was Steelers defense, Gardner Minshew, and George and Pickens. For Josh Allen,
play to his fandom. Uses.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was like, I got so. Yeah, I don't know if you know. I got the Steelers. We were in 3 leagues together. I got the Steelers defense in all 3 leagues. And it was always in the round that I knew Chance was about to grab him. Like always, it was coming up, and I was like, Chance is gonna grab him here. Bang!
It's like every time I tried to push it up, you pushed yours up too.
You pushed his up. Jacob knew your every move
because it was always someone else had grabbed a defense, and as soon as that happened, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna spark Chance. I have to go." I fucked myself in one of my leagues doing this, but like, anyway.
Point is back to this game. Gardner Minshew. We now got word that AOC is starting his tenure as the Raiders starting quarterback for next week.
Again.
It worked so well last time.
Yeah.
I mean, what management is hoping that they bottom out so hard that they're in position to draft a QB. Shedeur Sanders looking right at you. Shedeur
Sanders to the Raiders is looking like it's going to happen, and I think it's probably. The best is not the right answer, but it's not the right word, but it's the one that makes probably the most sense for that family and for the marketing of it.
It is certainly the most fitting.
That's what I mean. Like, it's the one where it's like,
I'm not saying Shadir Sanders is the best quarterback in the draft class. I'm just saying,
but if there were somewhere,
you look at him, he seems like a Raider.
Yeah, that's what I think. But not only that, a Vegas Raider. Like, I think that's going to be the thing where it's like, go to Vegas, go see Shador, go see Dion, because I 100% think the Colorado experiment is done after this year. Like, I think he'll be like, oh, yeah, cool, thanks, bye. I'm going to go, like, be a coach with my son at the Raiders. Like, I think that's coming. So, yeah, I think the Raiders for Shador is most likely a thing. Bo Nix playing better. Well, again,
he's won three games in a row.
That's insane. No, he never thought that.
Yeah, okay. He's won.
But that defense is so good.
Against who?
Exactly. And plus, he's being carried by that defense.
Yeah. That actually, yes.
That defense is legit.
That defense. All right. The Broncos might genuinely have the best secondary in football. Like, it's legit very good.
I said Pat Surtain should get, and before we start recording, I said Pat Surtain should get Defensive Player of the Year consideration. At least now. So,
he's playing really well.
He literally just shuts down them.
It's insane that he's probably going to end up being better than his dad. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah,
it's
the good Nepo baby.
Yeah.
But the fact that, and again, got to remember, the Broncos are doing this with $50 million dead cap salary hit.
No, yeah,
that's pretty impressive. So for all the crap after the 70-point game, he's turned it around.
Sure,
he's turned that defense around, and it's working out pretty well. So, well done, Broncos. I don't think, again, they're kind of like the Bears. They're a fringe contender. I wouldn't, if they're the 7th seed, I wouldn't be shocked. If they miss the playoffs, I wouldn't be shocked. They're kind of that.
I'd be shocked.
I'd be a little.
I for one
need the playoffs. I'd be a little shocked.
Wait, sorry, Chance, you cut out. If they miss,
I would be shocked if they got in the playoffs.
Yeah,
really? In this year, in the AFC, who like?
Honestly, looking at who could pass them, like, I don't know, right? Like,
that's the thing, like.
And as long as you're really good on one side of the ball, and you can
right now,
as long as you can be competent on the other side,
like I think. Okay, so in the AFC, I think the Chiefs are I think the Chiefs are a lock at this point. They're a lock to make it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Bills, I think we're making it despite I think we're getting the 4 seed and we're gonna have like an 8-win season. Texans probably, and then someone from the North, either Steelers or Ravens.
That's how the rules work. Yes, someone from the North has to.
Okay, but like I think the North. I think at most the North has 2 because I don't.
Yes.
I
There's
don't
no way
think.
I think there's a world where the Bengals figure something out and just shoot and win shootouts for like most of the rest of the year. And like sneak in the back door as the 7, even though they're 1-4.
That's I could see that happening. Like again, this weekend is
imagine a world though where Joe Burrow doesn't make the playoffs, but Bo Nix does.
Again,
actually, I kind of love that reality.
That'd be really funny. It'd be really funny, so I want that.
But I think Broncos are on that. Like, I think that Bengals, Chargers, Colts, Jets line right now of one of you is going to make the playoffs. I don't know which one.
Right.
So all right.
So interesting.
Actually, we should have made this one upset of the week.
Which one?
Which one is it?
Oh yeah, sure. That's fair.
That was a contender.
That was a contender, but
the one we went with, I still think is the bigger upset.
Fair. I'm actually going to explain why it's not after this. But anyway, this is huge. This is actually a huge loss for the 49ers because they've now lost. They've now lost both.
One, you shouldn't have lost
games. They shouldn't have lost it, but they've lost both division games. So they are behind the Rams and they're behind the Cardinals in terms of division wins.
Mm-hmm.
Big for the Cardinals because they've won both of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only one in that division who's won multiple divisional games.
Crazy.
and I'm going to say this. Kyle Shanahan might be the worst second half coach I have ever seen. Like, I don't know what it is, but like this dude just like is like, okay, we got the lead at half. We got double digit jumping in the team. That's it.
I don't know.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to blame it on not having a kicker. He's going to blame it on
John's got an argument too. John Harbaugh.
John's got an argument. He's got an argument. The thing that John has over Kyle Shanahan, he has not done it multiple times in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he has a Super Bowl.
Because John Harbaugh doesn't reach the Super Bowl.
He has
He did once.
He won a while ago at this point.
He has one, and he won it. To be fair, though, it's because it was technically 2 games. He won the first one, and then it stopped for like an hour, and then he won.
Yep, sure.
So
then Beyonce killed the power.
Throwback.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan might be the worst coach of the league I've ever seen in my life. Like
you should not have to lead at halftime. Just don't. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Do not never lead by 10. The second the Niners go up by 10 or more, that's when I get nervous. I'm a Niners fan.
Yeah.
49ers. That defense is horrific. Like it is also one of the worst in football right now. It's terrible.
It's not as good as it should be.
It's not as good as it should be, but
right.
like
I don't want to say it's the worst.
Okay, it's not. It's
not. Imagine if it didn't have Fred Warner. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. God bless Fred Warner, or else this is be awful.
Yeah. Like it's not good. And then other than that, look, I'm not going to blame Brock for the second pick because that's kind of a desperation mode. He had to just try and get it out because it was for where it was. First one wasn't good. First pick was not good at all. He's not. I actually think Brock so far this year has been playing decently, but he is definitely a quarterback who needs support. He needs the system and he needs support and going
he needs CMC.
He needs a run game. He definitely needs a run game, and he doesn't have one right now because he does because Moses is doing decently, but Moses isn't a receiver as well. Mason, sorry, not Moses. Sorry, Mason. He isn't a receiver as well.
Yeah,
where the way CMC is, like CMC can do both, and so there is always that like dual threat with him, and defenses having to account for that. Yeah. You don't have to with Mason. It's just kind of like, he's a runner. That's it.
Now, y'all might be looking at me saying, like, oh, you guys talk about the good game Brandon Ayuk had? I'm not. You know why? Sure, he had a good game. Did it help them win? Absolutely fucking not. Fuck him.
It's not until Ayuk has a good game and they win that Chance will finally stop.
Yeah.
That's when Chance is going to – when that happens, Chance will not be on the show that week.
Yeah, exactly.
I will be sick.
But the fact that it's week 5 and it hasn't happened yet, it's just – what the heck?
That is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah,
it is. But yeah, no. And again, look, Cardinals. Again, one of those. Their defense is bad, and I don't believe in them. Although somehow they turned up this week. Like this was the week that the Cardinals defense went, "Hey, we're going to be good." It's like, where the hell did that come from? Where's that been all year?
Since when?
Yeah, but Kyler with Harrison, it's fun. It's kind of like the Commanders. It's so much fun to watch, and I'm just like, I really enjoy this.
Kyler with Harrison when you can actually, find him.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that
all the targets are...
that's what happens. That's what happens when you're really short and can't see over the O line.
We've got
Kyler, goddamn it, grow.
We've got 2 weeks left. Call of Duty comes out in 2 weeks.
It's getting there.
It's coming, boys. But by the way, I love. We gotta talk about this real quick. You got a sponsor with Call of Duty. Like, thanks all the haters, help me get the bag. And it's like all us haters are watching him fumble in the playoffs. Be like, you're welcome.
I guess we both win.
You get your money, and we get to laugh.
You get your money, we get our lulls. So yeah, everybody wins.
All right.
Right. And next games are our upset of the week.
What?
Yeah.
Upset of the week. Giants at. Sorry, I heard a noise. Giants
and Seahawks. It's not okay. It's because the reason this is upset of the week. Well, one, no neighbors, so you automatically that offense is compromised. Two, the amount of derps the Giants had as an offense, and you still lose, and you still find a way to win.
So here's the thing, and it's happened all year. Last year, it was the 49ers, where no team won after playing the 49ers. Except, ironically, the Chiefs, actually. Like, figure that one out. But it was 8 months later, so.
Yeah.
This year, it's the Lions. After you play the Lions, you don't just get beaten, you get boat raced the next week. Like, completely and utterly destroyed. So, the Lions played the Rams week 1. Rams in the second week played the Cardinals. What happened? Cardinals look like the best team in football against them. Then the Lions played the Bucks. Lions lost to the Bucks, but
the Bucks lost to Denver.
Yep. Bo Nix looked like one of the best freaking quarterbacks in football. Lions played the Cardinals, beat the Cardinals. What happened a week later? Cardinals lost to who? The Cardinals.
Washington, right?
Washington. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the Jaden Daniels MVP game. That was the one where everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then Lions played the Seahawks. What happened this week? Daniel Jones looked like a competent quarterback. When the hell has that happened without Malik Neighbors? He looked competent without Malik Neighbors. The Lions beat you twice. If they beat you, they beat you twice because the week later you are still recovering from playing the Lions. You just lose a week later. It's kind of weird.
The Lions destroy morale.
I mean, I'm looking at the box score for this game presently, and half of the names in the rushing and receiving department for the Giants, I think those are fake people.
Right? Like,
Tyrone Tracy came out of nowhere.
And this is the thing, like the Giants
ran all over them.
The Giants are not a good football team. Don't get me wrong; they are
not
good.
The grand scheme of things,
but they've got a really good head coach. The more and more I see him as a head coach in Brian Daboll, I'm like, he is very good. Who is genuinely handcuffed by his incompetent quarterback, and also
when Daniel Jones decides to show up. But when Daniel Jones decides to show up, then
he looks
really good. He looks really good.
He looks really good. The sneaky thing here, though, is that Giants defense is decent. Like, it's not great, but it's better than advertised.
Well, that front four with Sexy Dexy, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeau, when they're clicking, they're really good.
Yeah.
The Seahawks were never down and out. Like, Seahawks had a lot of really, really bad mistakes, like bad fumbles at certain times.
Was it DK?
Again, that's what I mean.
It was DK.
That's what I mean. They beat you twice. They just the Lions are just in their head after playing.
Well, but the thing is, the Seahawks were in a position to tie the game. Geno pulled off a really great run to get him to field goal range.
That was amazing.
I really loved seeing that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're in, I think, their field goal was at the 40, so it was like
a long 40.
50. Yeah, like a long 40. So something he could have hit. Of all the ways I thought the Seahawks would have lost this game, this was not it.
No.
Yeah.
The Giants won off a blocked field goal.
For Denver.
Blocked field goal.
For a touchdown.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I did not think. I thought the Giants were dead to rights. They're going to go overtime and Seahawks are going to win. No, block field goal.
That was crazy. The afternoon games were just all over. They had a lot of this.
Yeah, a lot of defense or special team scores in the afternoon games.
Yeah. At this point, I was angry and had fallen asleep because I've been up earlier watching the NRL Grand Final. So I've been up I didn't go to bed on Saturday night because the NRL Grand Final was on at 3 a.m. in the morning. So I watched that, and that went like it went 3 a.m.
straight to the London game,
straight into London, and straight into the Bills game, and that was and by the time the 4 o'clock games hit, I was like, I am falling asleep. I don't care enough about these games. So I was, and then I woke up to watch our next game.
Yeah.
Got a couple extra hours of sleep.
When most people were going to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I woke up thinking I'd be an hour into my next game, and then it was like, oh, it hasn't started yet.
This podcast presently running on the same the same schedule.
Now, give me before we get into this game, give me one quick second.
Oh God. you gonna chug the whole thing? Oh, nice.
Okay.
It was right there. It was right there.
Okay.
Can I just look with respect to your birthday yesterday and us being back and not doing this show on your birthday? How's it feel to lose to the Cowboys?
Wow.
Does that feel good?
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Cowboys.
It especially like I hate the Cowboys almost as much as I hate Brandon Ayuk. But I will say, and Patrick, you can attest, it's not necessarily a losing game. Like, it always sucks to lose. It's losing like this in a game we can win.
Came down to the last play.
Yeah.
Well, it came down to a 4th down pass.
Yeah. Okay. So let's back up. Let's rewind. So yeah. This started an hour and a half late because of lightning in the
really bad weather.
Pittsburgh weather.
Pittsburgh weather. And you know what? For a good solid 3 and almost 4 quarters, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense was saving my soul. Because every time.
Let's be very clear, right?
Yes.
They weren't playing well. They were playing how the Pittsburgh Steelers defense normally plays, which is chunk plays are fine. We will find a way to somehow magically force you to turn the ball over once you get inside the red zone. That is how the Steelers defense is played under Terrell Austin.
And to be fair, that's also how Dak plays, where he's like, hey, I'm just going to take all these like really easy short yardage runs and then get to the red zone, completely bomb it.
No, and that happened like 3 or 4 times. They get into the red zone and then some kind of bullshit Deus Ex Machina would happen, and they get up the football, whether it's interceptions, fumbles, blocked field goals.
Yeah. If Killebrew had jumped on the Elandon Roberts hit, and jumped on that fumble, I would think we'd live in a simulation. Because, first of all, that is probably the closest we'll ever get to another Troy Polamalu-esque play, ever. Because that was ridiculous, and
that was crazy.
It's the one time I've ever agreed with Chris Collinsworth just going completely insane in the booth in the way that he does, because he spent a good 15 minutes just talking about this hit. And I mean, I can't watch Justin Fields try and throw the ball downfield. How
Bears fans feel your pain?
I know.
Oh yeah, Bears fans right now are going, oh yeah, we won this trade. Oh yeah, we made the right choice. We made the right choice. Caleb
wasn't looking good for 4 or 5 weeks, but yeah.
No, some of the throws he made downfield were genuinely atrocious.
I have no idea and there's a time when I was like, what the hell is he looking at?
Yeah.
Why are we throwing Van Jefferson so many 50-50 balls?
Because Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
Because Arthur Smith.
Because Arthur Smith doesn't want to use the best weapon on the offense.
It will confuse the team into making mistakes. And that's the frustrating thing. Because the Steelers were never out of this game, and in fact, for a good chunk of it, they were leading the game. I thought, Dak Prescott did not play well. First of all, Dak Prescott now the first play in NFL history to throw an interception on 2 different days in the same game.
Sorry, okay. Dak Prescott didn't play well for 50 minutes of the game. I think in the last quarter, in the last 10 minutes, he was decent. But he did not play well for the majority of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I the thing for me that made me want to rip my hair out, and I hate the Steelers as well as I hate the Cowboys, was you are going up against one of the worst run defenses in football with an offensive coordinator who made his fucking name running the ball, and you don't run the fucking ball. You have Najee Harris. Why aren't you running the ball, you stupid man?
We are really missing Jalen Warren, honestly. Because
missing Jalen Warren, missing Cordell Patterson.
But
missing a lot of people on defense.
Yeah, but like to me, it's specifically Warren, because the reason why the run game, even though it sucked the last 2 years, had a little bit of spice to it, is that the way that Harris plays and the way that Warren plays really complement each other in an offense, right? Yeah. And so it allows you to mix up a little bit. Aaron Shamplin is not going to allow you to fucking mix up your run game.
When I saw that he was an ex-substitute teacher taking carries for
us.
Went
to Harvard, right?
Went to Harvard.
I think I looked it up. Yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't matter that the Cowboys are starting Jim and Joe from the barbershop at defensive end. Like it doesn't matter, and it's predictable, and that's the problem. I mean, Arthur Smith is never going to win anything as a coach because everything is so predictable. And
except when he's unpredictable in the weirdest way. It's like, we're not going to
we don't want you to be unpredictable, but I will be.
His unpredictability, though, is so predictable. But it's like there was a lot of talk in the last couple of weeks about how Fields was given more responsibility over the middle of the field. None of that was there this week.
No,
not at all. And it was the bad habits that he had in Chicago all came back in this game, right? And like, I can't remember at what point it was, but it was the deep ball to Van Jefferson that he threw. That was like they're playing this two shell that like you.
Oh yeah, where like he was like draped, and then George Pickens had a pretty good beat on his guy.
Yeah. There was the worst one, even though we ended up scoring the touchdown on the drive, was the miss on the Najee Harris wheel. That was like wide fucking open. And he just zoned in. I think it was on Hayward over the middle. And it was like a 50. It was like a 50-50 if he could hit the throw. Like he should hit the throw, but because it's Justin Fields, he might not hit the throw. Yeah,
drops also killed us this week. Drops were really bad. Had a lot of really crucial drops. Two of them from Connor Hayward.
There was the one really bad one.
The one we got in his first down. Yeah. That was bad. That was really bad.
That was very bad. But yeah, TJ Watt got his 100th sack. He is God incarnate.
Does that hurt? Does that kind of hurt?
What?
Yes.
He got his 100th sack against the Cowboys in a loss.
Yeah.
Like honestly watching it made me realize it's like this is LeBron James. This is LeBron James getting the scoring record and then still losing the game
in that season in that game, and you're just like, I hate everything right now.
Yeah, but like this is why like at this point we're committed, and so the reason we watch Steelers games isn't to watch offense anymore. It's to watch TJ Watt get held on 70% of his snaps, because if not,
and not get calls,
Yeah, he would literally. The amount of times I've seen offensive linemen basically have him in a stranglehold and not have him get called, like it's more than any other human being has. Like it's insane. And I think Nick Herbig's pretty good too, and we're not missing Alex Highsmith, which is insane.
I said a brother almost game. Just like we have 3 number 1 outside linebackers.
Yep.
Only thing is now 2 of them are now, I think, out for the next game.
Yeah.
You have to rely on TJ Watt to go God mode once again, and Jeremiah Moon. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm really glad Peyton Wilson is able to stay on the field, because I mean, I think he's a great player. It's just he doesn't have knees. And the fact that we lost all of our middle linebackers last year to major knee injuries gave me a lot of pause, even taking him in the third round.
I mean, I think Peyton Wilson will eventually grow into like a really, really great linebacker. He has some issues, but I think he can iron that out over time.
Yeah.
We really need Cam Sutton back. I know he got suspended, but everybody's got one of those crimes. Let's let the dude come in place.
It's just willing to forgive anything at this point.
I can't watch Dante Jackson try and play football anymore. Like, he has like multiple interceptions this season, and at least one was like really important. I can't. He is terrible. He is not a good cornerback at all. This has been a problem for the Steelers for a long time, is that regardless of how good our pass rush is, we could pick most people off the street and play corner and it wouldn't change much. Thank God Joey came last year, or else it would still be.
Thank the Lord for Joey Porter Jr. Now we need somebody else. But this was and look, what is Joe Hayden doing? What's Pat Pete doing? This was another Steelers lot. Now look, we're still 3-2. It's okay. We could turn the ship around, but it just really sucks dropping games like this one where you're in it and then just stupid. Oh yeah, that last drive where they just marched down the field, just death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts. Oh, it drives me nuts. It is the thing that drives me the most insane when in like 2-minute offenses, when you're on the defensive team and all the other team needs is a field goal. They are so terrified of giving up the touchdown that they'll let you get 7, 8 every single time, and it's just like, just let them get the touchdown, so you get the ball back and you go get a touchdown. Now, to be fair, again with this Steelers team,
I don't know.
We have to rely on the defense.
Yes, but it drives me nuts. It's my biggest pet peeve with defenses in the NFL. It just drives me nuts. The teams that just allow them.
I don't know how you go, Patrick. I liked keeping TA as a DC. I didn't love it. TA does shit like this that really drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah, he really does. I mean,
I think TA is a good coordinator, but like we've seen this happen a lot where like we need the defense to show up and like for some reason his scheming just goes out the window.
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough when you're going up, and I think the way I look at it is, and especially now that he has Joey to just like try and lock down an opponent's number one receiver. The problem in the past was he would do it by committee and it would just not work. So now he actually has the number one, but he'll always default back to these soft zone looks that end up just allowing the death by 1,000 cuts again and again and again. And that's, again, it's weird, right? Because Jacob, your point is very astute about like specifically in 2-minute offenses, but the Steelers almost feel comfortable doing that because that's how Terrell Austin has set up soft zones for so long that it doesn't feel different to any other drive that a team conducts.
Yeah.
Like I like TA, but would I fire him now to hire Robert Saleh?
Oh, you absolutely would.
Yes.
It is amazing how there is now suddenly two. Like, and I know that one Vrabel is technically on the Browns, but I can guarantee you, if someone went, "Hey, we've got a head coaching job for you," or "We've got a decent job for you," he'd be like, "Hey, bye." Like, bye. He would, yeah. Like there are two DCs out there right now that people that like at least 20 teams would fire their DC for.
Yep.
And would be like, yeah, nope, he's better. So it's interesting. Steelers going forward. Look, Steelers going forward, Raiders, Jets, Giants, Commanders. And that's before you then get into your run. So that's the end. That's your final four before the run.
Yeah.
If you guys, so what are you? You're 3-2.
3-2.
You win 3 of those, and 3 of those are very winnable games in Raiders, Jets, Giants. You should win all 3 of those. Should. Commanders would be actually a really great test for Jaden. That's going to be a great game, a great test for Jaden game.
especially with us coming off
that's the game where he gets killed.
Probably.
Kill Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but like, so if you win, if you go 3 or 4, that then puts you that puts you what 6 and 3,
6 and 3, yes,
6 and 3 before your run.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Not go like everyone was saying before you get into that run, minimum 5. Like you had to be at minimum of 5. 6 is decent. Like you.
Yeah.
So
but Jacob, I can promise you this. The games that we will win, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that all those games will be ugly. They will be disorganized. They will be.
Oh yeah.
Steelers.
Now the $1 million question while you're drinking.
Russell Wilson.
Which one does Wilson come in?
Oh god.
I honestly think if he's healthy enough, if he's healthy enough this week, it's gonna be this week.
I agree with you.
I feel like
because 2 weeks ago, I straight up was Russell Wilson is done as an NFL starter. Like he will not play for the Steelers.
Now you've changed your tune a little.
I'm now more. They may give him a chance. Russell Wilson's nightmare is his first game against that Jets defense. That would be his nightmare. He wants this week.
Get the war.
Well, like if Fields wins this game, then yes, I agree with you. Like that, like this is Fields' team. This is the Fields' season. Yeah. Given that he didn't, and given that he dropped the last 2, I think that there's a very.
The Colts game wasn't on him.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think this week's the only week where he's looked like genuinely awful.
Yeah, like I said, I think. And who knows? The Storm could have thrown everything off. Like it sounds dumb,
but they're playing way late into the night.
You're playing late.
This game ended at nearly 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning. Who wants to play football that hour?
You ramp up emotionally going into a game, and then suddenly you get told, no, sorry, you've got to stop. Yeah. And then
for an hour,
90 minutes for an hour and a half. Like I get if I think it would be it would be wrong to bench him for this week against the Raiders. He loses to the Raiders. Wilson 100% starts for the Jets game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I still think what ends up happening is I think Fields gets these next 3. I think they go. I think the bye is when they make the decision.
It
depends on how the games go. I think I agree. I think I agree.
It's late. I get that, but I think they're going to wait till the bye to actually make the decision.
Yeah.
Unless it's so bad that their hands forced. Right?
I think that is harsh on Wilson, and I'm not a Wilson fan. But hey, your first game is against the most electric offense in football right now, and then you get the gauntlet. Congratulations on never having an NFL career after this. That's rough. That's really rough.
It is rough.
When did they switch from Kenny Pickett last year? I forget.
When he
got hurt. So
he got hurt. Yeah,
it was the Cardinals.
I just wondering because it seems like it was also a late switch.
I think it was the Cardinals game.
Yeah, and then we switched from Trubisky to Rudolph.
Yeah,
like Rudolph, a game and a half later.
Yeah, you went about a game. Hey, we went one play, and Josh Allen went, "I don't care that I'm concussed. I'm going in."
Not Trubisky. No.
What are you talking about? You had the quarterback that brought you, in your own words, all tons of kinds of joy last season.
Right. I had so much fun watching Trubisky last year. This year, fuck no.
This year, get that son of a bitch off the field.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you guys are 6 and 3 going into the gauntlet, you guys are looking like this is a better season than you were expecting. But then comes the gauntlet, and you have to have a winning record in the gauntlet. But at least do a decent enough in the gauntlet. You can't.
Regardless of this is always the thing, right? The Ravens went 13-4 last year. We were 2 of those losses.
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of those.
That's the other stupid thing is look, you're probably going to win and get both games against the Browns.
Yep.
I would like to think
you should.
But you forget we play down and this is the other thing with the Steelers.
That's the other.
It's very much a play to the competition team, right? And so Browns team on a short week in Cleveland after a Ravens game. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of mitigating circumstances
with
there.
Winston maybe as the quarterback.
By that point,
That's
I really need the O-line to keep Deshaun Watson upright.
Now you need it.
Overarching question for the Browns, because if Watson's not the quarterback, suddenly the Browns become a competent team, or like one that you're like, oh shit, they might win a game. Like they might maybe upset someone because that defense is good, and like the defense isn't going to feel so demoted of just like, God, this guy sucks. Like it, yeah. Which who thought we'd be saying that about Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston.
We need Jameis Winston to save the team.
You just need someone way worse than he is. And then,
All right, we can borderline skip over this game. Saints at Chiefs. I don't care. I really
Fat guy interception.
Oh yeah, that's true. We got a big guy interception.
That guy interception.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That guy has more catches in the end zone than Travis Kelce does this year.
And funny enough, his brother was Taylor Swift's backup dancer, so that was
fun fact.
Ironic.
I don't look. The Chiefs are they're getting like they've always gotten lucky in the past. They're getting really lucky right now.
They're getting lucky with just the scheduling of who they get to play.
But no, it's you say that they've played like they've had a really tough schedule,
right?
Like on paper, and then but the other teams just aren't turning up. And again, I just think it's the Chiefs. There's something about this team that when you go in,
there's no hope.
You overthink, and then they are like I keep saying, they're the 90s Bulls, and we just got to accept it at this point. It's frustrating and really annoying to watch.
I disagree in that we've seen this brand of football in a lot of teams, and it's never sustainable.
No, I get that, but it's also with that guy. It's like they have the best quarterback in football. They have the best coach in football, and they have a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
What I like, they're gonna win.
How you can't mess that up
through just bullshit this year. They're gonna win the Super Bowl. They're gonna three-peat, and they're gonna be the 90s Bulls. And we just all have to accept it. I have just accepted it.
No.
Like, I mean,
no. If you accepted it, the Bills don't deserve to make the playoffs. That's where you are right now.
No, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to beat the Chiefs in the regular season, and then we're going to lose them in the divisional again. That's just what's going to happen. Like, I'm resigned to it. I'm so resigned to this godforsaken team.
This is why you lost the war.
Yeah, I fucking hate this team. The only other
turning back the clock.
The only other talking point, the talking point from this game, obviously, Derek Carr's out.
He's out multiple games.
Like he's out for a while.
Granted, he had one of the most ridiculous interceptions I've seen.
Oh, that was terrible. Jesus
I have no idea what the hell he was doing. Derek Carr MVP campaign. RIP. Week 1, 2024 to week 2.
Week 1 and 2.
Week 1 and 2, yeah.
Week 1 to week 2, 2024.
Yeah.
Nice. But
I did like the Belichick commentary that got clipped out. He's like, "Oh look, Carr's lobbing up another interception." I was like, "Wow, Belichick just no mercy."
Like
Belichick, just fucking drive by on Derek Carr.
But that's the thing. Hindsight's 2020. But Saints, they played the worst team in football, or one of, in the Panthers.
Yes, the Panthers.
And then they played a Cowboys team that just shut the bed. And then from there, they've not played well. They've played
like the
bad
Saints
teams.
that we thought they were.
Yeah.
They are who we thought they were. And we let them up.
Look, Dennis Allen, I think he's still getting fired at the end of the season. I think he's absolutely. I think this is his final season.
The way things are going.
Saints. I think Derek Carr's final season as the starting quarterback of an NFL team. He might get another gig somewhere else, but I'd be a little bit surprised.
XFL?
Maybe. I think you'd take a backup gig before XFL.
Yes, probably.
Oh, dear God, that dead cap.
Yeah,
what's the dead cap on Derek Carr?
Oh, Jacob.
If they take the out, it's $60 million.
God damn.
Yeah, I just think this, the problem is the Saints have kept kicking the can down the road. At some point, like we laugh at how bad of a cap hit the Browns are going to end up having. The Saints one's bad. The Saints one, at some point, they have to pay this bill, and it's going to hit and hit hard. They are like the biggest Taylor Swift fans in the entire world are the New Orleans Saints because she is adding so much revenue that they can put into the salary. Like that is just like, please go, hurry up. We need more revenue for the NFL. Like. So Saints, you guys are in for a rough couple of years because you've refused to pay. You refuse to do what the Bucs did, what the Bills are doing, and the Chargers are doing this year, what the Broncos have done, and what the Rams are doing, which is they are paying the bill. They have just gone, we are going to be bad. We have to pay this bill. And the Saints have said, just keep kicking the can down the road.
They keep thinking there's a window of opportunity.
Yeah, they keep doing it.
It's been like
this is the year.
But that's
the year,
like,
right?
They did it for Drew Brees. I get it for Drew Brees. It's been 4 years since Drew Brees retired, guys. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah. Anyway.
Well, that was the week that was. We now move over to the week that is upcoming. This is our week 6 preview. Who we got on bye this week?
Oh, I didn't put the buys in. Bye
Chiefs.
is
It's Chiefs, Vikings, Dolphins, and Rams.
Chiefs, Vikings, Dolphins. I know.
Rams.
And
Rams.
Rams. Those are the 4.
Those are
All
the 4.
right.
All right.
So the 2 best teams in football are off this week.
2 undefeated.
Right? Like no matter what, we're gonna have 2 undefeated teams in going into week 7, which is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Alrighty. First off, our Thursday night game, because why not?
I mean,
49ers at Seahawks.
There's worse options.
This could actually be a fun game. This could, but I don't know. Like, look, I think 49ers win this fairly easily.
Yeah, they're both coming off a loss, so it could go either way. But I'll go 49ers.
Seahawks.
Seahawks have played like 3 games in 11 days or whatever the
it's something
They've played so many games. They're going to be exhausted.
Yeah. But
iron sharpens iron.
Okay.
And fuck Brandon Ayuk.
Of course.
Fair.
Yeah.
Stonks for this week, for this game, I should say. DK Metcalf.
Sure. Stop.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Right.
Actually, yeah, against that defense, yeah, I'll go Stonks.
Okay, Stonks on Metcalf. Who do we got next?
London.
Ugh.
Oh, that's right. Jaguars at Bears. The line's only 2. That's surprising. Okay.
So the Bear, yeah. So this is more, I think, because it's technically a Bears home game, but it's really a Jags home game.
Yeah.
And I think it's the Jags I think it's Vegas overreacting to the Jags winning the Colts game. This is absolutely that. Bears win this, and they shit. This isn't close. This is going to be a bad matchup.
It depends if Caleb makes more progress. He keeps taking a step forward. But yeah, I'll also go Bears.
Actually, I'm going to go Jaguars. I think
they live in London?
Jaguars. Yeah, they live in London. It's technically a de facto home game for them. Plus, Caleb Williams traveling overseas. I don't know. I have this weird feeling that the Bears are going to drop this one, surprisingly. So I'm leaning towards the Jaguars. If I'm wrong, then it's believable. But I have a weird feeling the Jags are going to pull this off.
Defense travels more than offense.
I've got the next week that Jags win because
their offense might not show up. But their
obviously.
Yeah. All right.
This game, let's say. Hey, Stonks.
All right.
Stonks.
Right.
DeAndre Swift.
Sure. Against the Jaguars, non-existent defense.
Actually, again, Swift's not been playing amazingly. I'm going to go not Stonks.
Patrick, what do you say?
I think they're going to air it. I think they're going to try and throw the ball a little bit more. I think Swift is maybe not focus of the game plan.
All right, so not Stonks for DeAndre Swift. All right, who's next?
All right, next up, Texans at Patriots.
The Drake May era has begun.
So not only that,
Yeah.
the Drake era has begun. The other big story from this is Nico Collins out on IR.
Oh yeah, he's on IR.
Not
on
Jeez, that
not
came
on
out of
IR.
nowhere.
Oh
yeah, he's day to day.
Day to day, he's at least 3 weeks. At least 3 weeks if they're contemplating IR.
No, it's official. He was up. He was put on IR.
He was.
I think.
Who?
Yeah, he was.
No,
He
was. Sorry, yes. Colin,
Pittman.
he was. What's his name?
Pittman's another one.
Pittman was the one who was day to day. Sorry. Yeah.
Pittman's out for a few weeks, but Nico Collins.
Sorry.
Collins is actually on IR.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Collins. I think that is a bigger deal than
It's a
people
big deal.
than people are making it out.
He was the best receiver probably through 5 weeks.
Well, because in that Bills games, and Bills have two of the worst fucking safeties in football. Once Collins went out, that offense sucked. That offense was bad.
Yeah.
Diggs, like his thing, and I know I may come across as a scorned lover. He's not a number one anymore. Diggs is straight up not a number one anymore. He's just not. And they're he's gonna have to be in this game. Now it's the Patriots.
So yeah, you caught a break.
So, but it always happens. There is when either a change of coach or a major or a change at quarterback, there's that little bit of boost.
We'll see.
I don't think Patriots lose this game. Think Patriots lose. But this is one of my bets this week.
Is he calling another backdoor cover?
It is 7 points. The 7 points is just a little too much.
You were right the last time.
So yeah.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
When you picked the Bengals, right?
Last time I bet Patriots was 49ers, and that hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember when you picked them for the Bengals. And
The Bengals, one I got right.
That paid off. Yeah.
That one paid off big time for me. But yeah. No, this is So I'm going Texans to win. I'm going Texans win, but it's close. This game is a lot closer than it has any right to be.
Okay, so it's his first week. I'm also going Texans, but I could see it being closer. 4 stonks this week. Debut. Is it off the bat? Drake May.
He's gonna get murdered.
He might not make it through the game. Honestly.
He was already getting hit when he came in the other game.
I don't think he plays amazing.
No.
So I think he's not stonks, but I think he
shows promise, maybe.
I think there's going to be 1 or 2 plays where they go, oh, that's why they picked him. That's and it's going to be like, okay, yep, they made the right choice. Like, all right, we get it. Yeah, because they have to have hit on this, especially given how well Neighbors is playing, given the Giants. Given what the Giants were willing to give up to go to 3. You made the opposite choice of what the Panthers did, where it was like, hey, we're gonna go with Bryce Young. Imagine the Bears going with Bryce Young instead, and then the Panthers got Caleb. So he needs to show something. Anyway, next up, Commanders at Ravens.
Potential game of the week.
Okay. So biggest thing out of this game, if this is a shootout, if this is another 41-38 loss to the Ravens or whatever, or even a win, that's concerning because it means that Ravens defense isn't good at all. The Ravens could lose 13-10 and they're still going to be fine because it means, the defense just stopped the most electric offense in football. Cool. All right. The defense is decent. This can't be a shootout at all. I'm going Commanders. I think Commanders win this game.
Ooh.
I hate this line is dumb. I do not get this.
I get this line because you're having Lamar Jackson play the secondary. I think it's
he might rip them to shreds.
Yeah, I do genuinely think that's what's going to happen. As much as I don't want to say that, I see the world where Lamar is just allowed to do what he does,
whatever he wants.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll go. Yeah,
I just think the Commanders are going to go blow for blow.
They
Which-
could.
That's
They
Yeah.
could.
I think it's
Yeah.
fair. I just worry that Kyle Hamilton maybe puts limits Jaden Daniels in a very significant way.
Yeah, I'm also going commies mostly because I need them to win this game. So Steelers maintain supremacy in the North. Stonks for this game. Let's say Zay Flowers. This is the Zay Flowers arrival game.
We just said against that secondary. Yes.
If
yes.
he doesn't, the Ravens are in. The Ravens then have
Yes.
big questions at receiver, like they always do.
Yep.
And suddenly, Edgar Allan Poe tweets should become a reality for the Ravens
Mhm.
because
You really, they should trade for Devontae Adams.
there are 14.
Look, Devontae.
Yeah,
See, are you trying to make a pitch for?
6
the
teams
Steelers.
right now that are really vying for Devontae Adams, and 2 of them are terrible.
Yep.
And then
Two of them you should not.
one of them is me and desperate.
One of them should
You
be
two-
us.
and then you guys-
We're also desperate.
We are desperate.
Yeah.
I kid that. We are
but
also
here's
desperate.
the problem.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. I don't see you guys giving up a second. I just don't. And that's I don't think
Pop-
we're giving up a second either.
Papa Khan will talk him down to something manageable.
That's the problem. And then obviously,
Look,
there's the Chiefs and
Devontae,
the
do you want to go to Baltimore, land of crime and mediocre crab kicks? No, you don't. You want
Wire
to go to
ended
Pittsburgh.
15 years ago.
When you want to go to
Exactly. Let it
Pittsburgh,
go.
we're going to decide an election.
Oh yeah, you go to Pittsburgh, you're automatically important.
Yeah.
What's
When's
All
the
right.
trade deadline again?
like week 9.
Yeah, it's before the election. Like it is.
Yeah,
Before, yeah.
There you go. You got time to come in here and make an
There's
impact,
still time.
Devontae. Both
still
for
time.
both for
Like
this
the
team
week
and
is
for
like-
your country.
And for
It's
this
the Thursday before, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's-
That's amazing.
All right.
Ugh.
Hey.
Well, I hope this is
All
a
right.
blowout in
This
one
game,
by one team.
I am telling you right now, we've already had one go.
God damn.
If the Eagles lose this game, Sirianni's
How?
fired.
They can't lose this game.
Look, they can't.
I
If
know.
they do,
I
if
know.
they do, Sirianni's gone.
Yeah.
Sirianni is so lucky that they were on a bye this week, so no one talked about them
Yes.
because, like,
After your bye, you get to play Deshaun Watson. So that's
yeah,
better.
like that's if they
you get
lose
2 weeks to
this game,
plan for
coming,
Deshaun.
if they lose this game against the Browns, coming off a bye, Sirianni's fired. There is no chance he keeps his job at all.
So you're rooting for the Browns then? I'm just
Oh
kidding.
no! The only thing that's going to keep my bet alive is if Sirianni is the coach. It's the only way that happens. If they fire Sirianni and get rid of the cancer, then suddenly this team might actually be good, and then I'm scared. So
I can't have Sirianni win at any cost.
It's
Sirianni
that chance with Zach
and the
Taylor.
Eagles,
I can't have Sirianni lose at any cost.
don't do what the Phillies just did and blow a game. You have to win this.
Yes.
The Eagles
I think
have
I
four games.
think I've just learned I really don't like Philadelphia fans.
I think clearly. Yes, clearly.
You don't like Philadelphia. You don't like Rocky. You don't like cheesesteaks. You don't like Marisol McKee.
You know, like
No,
Marisol.
Marisol is one of the nicest people in the entire world, and I love her. So, figure that one out.
Stunks for I think so. Does anybody want to go Browns now? I don't think so.
No.
I will again. Spoilers. This is one of my bets this week. Is Browns +9 because we know Jalen Hurts is going to throw a pick at some point. It could be a pick six. We know he's going to fumble for a fumble recovery. So, I think this is going to be a relatively close game. I don't this line's ridiculous. This line is the Eagles didn't play last week. If the Eagles played last week, this game is -3. It's a 6-point swing, 100%. But the Vegas and the internet has forgotten how bad the Eagles have been playing this season.
Or they're just so focused on how genuinely awful.
Yeah,
The Browns are. Yes. Also, but that's
that
combined
too.
with that.
for this game. It's his first one back, and I think he didn't play the one before the bye week. AJ Brown.
Stonks. And both him and Smith should be back. So that'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Stonks, but we'll see.
Please, I need Stonks and AJ Brown. Like I fucking need.
Your fantasy team's desperate.
My fantasy teams desperately need AJ Brown to be Skooks.
All right. Next up, Cardinals at Packers. I wanted to bet this one so badly. I really
This one's
wanted
close.
to.
This one's very close.
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to. My one concern is that Cardinals defense.
We are definitely due for a Kyler Murray bad game.
Bad game.
This
He had a
week.
big game last week. It isn't
So a
Lambeau.
lot of
I'll
different
go
the bad
Packers.
ones. So yeah,
I'll go
Packers.
Body clock. Yeah.
For Stonks on this one, let's say I'm gonna do something a little different. As Stonks knows, like, will he get a pick? Xavier McKinney.
Sure. Let's keep this.
Against, this
game alive. Let's keep this streak alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he does. Did he do it? Did he do officially one of the last ones? I know he got the fumble, but
He did.
No, he got a pick last game.
got a
Yeah, he
pick
did.
as
Yeah,
well?
pick.
All right,
If he gets one this game, he ties the record in a single season, I think, for most consecutive.
for consecutive, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because what's his name got it last year? He got
Ron
the
Bland?
he didn't get like not consecutive, but he got picked.
Deron Bland, he got the pick six.
Ron Bland
record.
had the pick six record. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Do we know if this game's going to be moved? I know it's in a dome.
Oh, because the hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the hurricane gonna hit Louisiana?
He's gonna hit
No,
Louisiana. Yeah, I don't know. If
close
he'll hit
enough.
Louisiana.
Like I thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought
it was fine. I thought
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
thought they were
As of now, I don't think they're moving it.
Because funny enough, there is no game in Florida this week,
Right.
At all,
Yeah.
which is like
Smart.
thank God.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
pure luck that happened. But yeah, but this was the one that I thought this and the Carolina were the two that I thought maybe they might have to move or change something just because it's not exactly in the path, but it's close enough where it could have an impact.
Sure.
So yeah.
This game wasn't as easy to pick like 24 hours ago.
This
That was
Oh
so
yeah,
easy to
well,
pick.
we found out that Derek Carr officially out. So
Spencer
Rattler.
Yeah, this is gonna be ugly. An ugly game. Bucks win this.
Yes, easy.
Bucks, and honestly, I think Bucks cover this.
Yes, they should.
Again, new quarterback is the only reason I'm not. Just a new quarter,
Garbage time, honestly.
Funky thing of a new quarterback. I'm just not willing to actually put it as one of my bets, but I agree with you. They are going to cover. All right. Next up.
Stonks for
sorry,
this.
right.
Okay. The Stonks is not a player. The Stonks is an event.
Oh,
Are
God.
we getting Mike Evans versus Marshawn Lattimore in a phone booth?
Are you getting a fight? Are we getting a fight?
Are we getting a fight?
Honestly, I don't think we will because this game will just get out of hand.
No, I think because here's the thing. I think because
Then
it's
there
going to
could-
get out of hand,
then it
Lattimore's
could be a
gonna
fight.
be shitty, and Lattimore's the one who
Uh,
starts them. So yeah, I'm going to say
It's
yes.
like-
I'm saying yes. Third quarter.
All right. Stonks on the
a
fight.
new type of stock.
Third quarter on a 75-yard touchdown, and Mike
That's
Evans
Evans.
throws it in his
Yeah.
face, and that's like,
And then he
nah.
horse collars him at the very end. And it's
Yeah.
like, and then when the fight starts.
All right. What we got next?
If I get that any close to being right, I'm swear to God. Fuck. What's the next one? Oh yeah, Colts at Titans. How the hell are the Titans favorite? Like, can someone explain that to me?
Coming off the bye. I don't know.
How?
Who's Q? Oh wait,
we don't know
Oh
who's
my
QB.
god. Oh my god. Wait. No, we
Mason
do.
Rudolph.
Is it Mason Rudolph? Is it not Will
I think
Levis?
so.
Well, Levis, I think he's healthy though, and they said he's the starting quarterback. I think it might still be Levis.
Because the
'Cause they
stat
think
is Mason Rudolph has won his last 4 regular season NFL games. He won all 3 of the games he played in.
And then the last
because
game,
he was better than Kenny Pickett.
Oh, there it is.
We don't speak that name here.
It's been so long since we've gotten the chance to say it.
We don't speak the name of the
Hey,
speak the name of false
Jalen
prophets.
Hurts is playing the way he's playing.
He's not gonna get benched for Kenny
There's no way
Pickett.
he gets benched for Kenny.
How did
We would
get
be
a
living in the
fourth-round
darkest
pick for
timeline.
Kenny
We got a better return for Kenny Pickett than the Bears got for Justin Fields.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
Anyway,
Although
if
they
it's
got
Flacco, I'll
to, be,
pick Colts.
to be fair, you got Justin Fields and they got Caleb Williams. So I just
But we did not have any influence on the Caleb Williams decision.
That was not
That's
us.
what is important.
that's fair.
And we still got a second for Chase Claypool, which I will still hold over their heads.
That I'll give you. That I will give you. How the hell you got a second for him? I will never know.
Claypool for Joey Porter Jr. 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Colts, and it shouldn't be close. I have no idea how the hell the Titans are the favorite in this.
I'll tell you why, Jacob. It's the return of the king. Meme Lord Will Levis is back on our TV screens.
Okay, so this really should be minus 10.5. And for the Colts, sorry, it should be plus 10.5
Exactly.
because I have
because of
no
Will
idea
Levis.
how.
This is game of the week because I have to know what the hell Will Levis is gonna do.
What is he gonna do after
I
bye? He's had
just-
time.
Do not know how the Titans are favorite here. Like,
I guess they're at home.
if they said Colts 2.5, I'd be like, okay, fine. Like, you're umming and ahhing if Flacco's going to play.
Yeah, we
that
don't know.
one defense.
We
Like,
don't know.
fine, fair enough.
Yeah.
I get it. How are the Titans the favorite? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And watch, I'm going to be wrong. Unless
Exactly.
unless Vegas is still so burnt from that one where everyone was like, go heavy on the Colts because you're going up against Malik Willis. And
Yeah, and then we've seen the Colts defense.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going.
I'll go Colts.
because the Titans' pass defense isn't awful, so they could probably counteract Joe Flacco. Could definitely counteract Andy Richardson. I'm still going Colts.
Yes, I'll go Colts. Colts barely. Also, Jonathan Taylor might not play again, so
Yeah.
That
So
might
for
also
song
factor
this
into it.
one, I'm going to say A.D. Mitchell.
oh yeah, because Pittman's now hurt.
Yeah. No Pittman.
That's not Stonks because he hasn't shown anything, even in limited
Yeah.
snaps.
All right. So not Stunks.
Yes.
Sorry, A.D.
All righty.
Ooh. take the graphic down.
I did. Oh, it's not down. Shit.
No, there we go.
There
I
we
got
go.
it.
Okay. Thank you, Jacob.
Chargers.
You're about to put it back up. Okay. Never mind. Okay. All right.
Oof.
It's gonna be
Chargers at Broncos. Looking over his shoulder.
Broncos, and I am not saying a damn word else.
I'm also thinking.
What? You said Broncos, Jacob, over the Chargers? Someone's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Broncos.
Drink.
No one's picking Broncos.
Bo Nix is going to win 4 games.
Yeah.
in a row.
4 games in a row.
What's happening?
Keep the winning streak going.
I'd
Them as a home dog shocks me, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe it's the
I'm-
effect of a bye week. I think Jacob actually left. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God, Taylor got him. Oh no, the humanity.
no.
If we hear screaming in the next few seconds, we should be concerned.
He's not coming back to talk about this game.
All right.
I
I'm
needed a drink.
gonna-
I needed a drink, and all the drinks started falling. So
It's just funny
Okay,
how
no,
the time
in all
worked out.
seriousness, this has everything to do with that secondary, and the Chargers just not having anyone to throw it to. That's all. That's what this has. The other big thing. This is the Oregon QB Bowl. So
Ooh, sure.
we now get that.
Oh, it
twice
is.
a year.
Yeah.
The Oregon White QB Bowl.
We get the Oregon QB Bowl twice a year. So, but that's in all seriousness, that's why. I think it's an ugly game, but that secondary is a problem, and I think also just because
Is Herbert even healthy even after the bye? I don't know if he's fully healthy.
he will be healthier.
Healthier.
he ain't gonna play a lot, but he'll play, but he's not.
He'll be handing off.
My concern isn't about if he's healthy, is if
Joe Alt.
Joe Alt's still out. He's not playing this week, so I don't think. So that's the concern. So yeah,
who hurt Joe Alt?
Oh, shut
God damn it.
Yeah, well, you lost to the Cowboys. Just you lost to the Cowboys.
Just
well, if it's between beating the Cowboys and murdering a friend's team, beating the Cowboys, but murdering a friend's team is fun too.
Here's the thing, Chance. They've got that over you for the next 4 years.
Okay.
Unless we get weird, unless we're the one team they get, and then it's only 3.
Well, yeah, fair. But that means you guys would have to win a division. So,
but yeah, so for this, yeah, I'm honestly not that far-fetched anymore. For this game, I'm going to say Cortland Sutton for Stonks.
Sure.
Probably.
Who else?
Against
who else? Who else? Who else?
All right. Well, Jacob, throw up the Stonks graphic. Okay. What's next?
This never works. This almost never works for us, and I always fucking hate going away to play the Raiders.
I know.
Wait, what? I was about to give you guys a whole lot of credit. No, do I not?
Well, no,
it's just.
Go ahead.
This is the classic Steelers play down to their opponent.
Crap.
It really is, and I think.
Yeah. I think they'll still win, but it might just be closer than.
The only reason we beat them last time is because Kenny Pickett threw a 75-yard touchdown pass to Calvin Austin. Fair enough.
Well, and also Jimmy G happened.
Jimmy G.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, Jimmy.
This is just going to be, I think, a repeat of the first 3 weeks of the season.
Where it's ugly, but
it's ugly. I think we probably get the job done.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the classic Steeler game that we've had for the last 5 years, where it's like no one wants to watch this except us sickos who have been indoctrinated into it.
We didn't choose this life, Patrick. This life chose us.
Life chose.
Yes.
There you go.
I wanted to take a favorite this week, but this is a really bad week for favorites. Really bad week for because they're all away favorites, and I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And now you're scaring me because this is my only favorite. This is the only favorite I've picked all week. I've picked.
No, Jacob, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Steelers got this. They're gonna take AOC to the cleaners.
There's no sense of panic in your voice.
We are not. We are not. I am definitely not holding on to this bottle for security.
Yep.
Everything is fine.
You're not letting a guy who's like a grown-up middle schooler beat us. So no.
So Patrick, just letting you know, you have to clear your schedule next week just in case they do lose.
Yeah, Patrick, you might become in the highly unlikely that we do lose. Patrick's coming back because I'm gonna need support.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need support.
Just again, can't do this once we get to November though. This is only short term.
which means you're not around for our gauntlet, which I might get a lot of support.
Yeah, I'll be back for Christmas.
Okay, so
don't worry.
After the Chiefs game.
Next week's my last until mid-November. So yeah.
But yeah, I got Steelers, and of course, everyone Steelers stunks. Everyone on whatever team they're playing, not stunks.
This one actually applies.
To be fair, this one's actually
that's fair.
this one that's valid.
Maybe Brock Bowers, but that's it.
Is Crosby back yet, or is he still out?
He played last game.
Okay, sorry.
Crosby is back.
Yeah. Does Adams play this week, or is he?
No, I think he's out. I think they already ruled him out.
No,
I think
he's holding out till the trade.
Yeah.
My ankle hurts.
Is he traded before this game?
No, I don't think so.
God, I hope so. He's traded to Pittsburgh.
on Sunday, so he still goes to the arena.
He goes to the stadium, cuts on the other team's jersey.
I actually wouldn't be. No, here's the thing. I actually
Hey,
wouldn't be
guys!
surprised if that's a thing. I actually wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing. But
Yeah.
the condition is he can't play Sunday.
That
Right,
makes sense.
exactly.
That would make sense.
Yeah, is like we'll give you like if it's like
He just
Give us
goes.
what we want. We'll let
We
you
go
do
to
it.
pick him up, and then we just go.
yeah.
All right, Devontae, we won the game. Let's go home.
Yeah.
All right. Rematch of one of the most controversial games from last year.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Yep. Lions at Cowboys. Look, Cowboys, you're riding nice and high after beating the Steelers, and
The
you're
Lions
about
are
to
rested.
and
They're
you
rested
guys
coming
are
from
about
bye.
to come right down to earth. Oh boy!
Literally can't throw an incomplete pass. Jared Goff is here.
And here's the other problem. No, it's Jared Goff in a dome, and
Sure,
if you
yeah.
don't have Micah,
Jared
and
Goff off a
you-
bye. Everyone's
and
healthy.
off a bye without Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Without
here's-
Dexter Lawrence.
yeah.
And guess what? This is ugly. This is an ugly game.
Yeah.
Plus, what happened last year? They'll be annoyed.
Yeah.
And that will leave the Cowboys at 3-3 with 3-0 away record and an 0-3 home
Well, that's
record.
insane.
Which is nuts,
That
right?
is ridiculous.
Like,
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the heck? These be unbeatable.
Stunk. Stonks for this game. Taylor Decker.
Oh, because callback.
actually, they're gonna find a way. They are going to
They're
find.
gonna find out.
Hey,
Knowing
we're gonna
Dan
do
Campbell,
it.
he's absolutely gonna do it.
They're gonna find a way to get him a touchdown and be like,
Yes,
"That
big
is
man
your
touchdown.
touchdown
Calling
for
it right
last
now.
year."
If there's ever a week for an offensive
yeah.
to score a touchdown.
Oh,
He is going to score a touchdown, go to the Cowboys sideline, rub his entire nutsack on the team, and like Dan
They're gonna
Campbell,
run
you know
four
what?
straight plays if they're
Take
on
the
the 1 yard line.
take the flags. I don't care. Do what you want, Taylor Decker.
Oh my god.
yeah, no. Lions win this, and it's ugly. All right,
Let's hope.
Next.
Falcons at Panthers.
Also,
Another
also ugly.
also
game.
potentially ugly. Yes.
This could be ugly. Now
Given the fact that the Falcons offense is now like clicking.
Clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
You would
the
think.
one thing that is different is we're not. This isn't 10 o'clock Kirk Cousins. This is 4. Sorry, this is 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins. So 1 o'clock Kirk Cousins is always a little bit rusty, and he's coming off a really
The
big high.
Yeah, the
A
highest high.
really big high.
So there's disappointment.
There is
coming.
the down to earth aspect of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the Panthers.
Yeah, that's
Let's be
positive.
real.
It's the Panthers.
Yeah. If you're going to come down after that game,
Yeah.
you get to play.
So,
Panthers too.
I am gonna say that Falcons win this, but I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be shocked if it's close. If it's closer than because let's be real, no one's watching this. It's all going to be on Red Zone. And if suddenly at 5-5 we hear, oh, the Falcons game's closer than it should be. It's like,
that's
oh,
true.
okay, yep, cool.
Of course it is. Stonks for this one. Kyle Pitts.
Hopefully.
No, I'm sorry. No, just no. I'm done. I am
On
done.
principle.
I said it was permanent, not Stonks, but then
He could.
at
Look,
this point
he
it's just
could go
hoping. It's
this
just
entire
it's just-
season with 200 yards a game, and I still wouldn't be. I'd be like, no,
you still
done.
pick against it.
Okay, so sorry, Patrick. I guess not. I guess not Stonks.
I believe in
damn,
you for
okay.
3
All right,
fucking
Campus.
years.
It's just not gonna happen.
All right,
All right.
Sunday night
I don't know how this is a Sunday night game. Good.
Why is this Sunday night?
because
Jesus
at one
Christ.
at
Put Lions
one
Cowboys
point,
here.
People believed in the Giants, and
Oh my
yeah,
God.
no.
They really wanted to. They
You know
really
what?
wished they could.
Yeah. Look, I might go to church. I might go see a
I'm
movie.
gonna be working. I'm 100% working. Yeah.
I'm dealing with Canadian Thanksgiving on Sunday, so
Ooh.
I'm not watching any of this shit.
This
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know who to pick. I might pick the Giants.
yeah, Suri agrees. Suri's like, yeah, no, you don't want to watch this game.
I mean, Joe Burrow just throw 5 touchdowns. I'll go Bengals, just begrudgingly.
Bengals should win this.
They should win, and they probably have to win.
But here's the problem. Their defense is that bad. And if Neighbors is back this week, Like,
can't cover him.
Man, suddenly, it could suddenly Daniel Jones could look like a competent quarterback again, and we're like, what is going on? I think Bengals win, but I think it's a shootout, and
Stonks for this one. Let's say, this is a hard one actually. T. Higgins.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he will.
Him and Chase are just doing.
They're playing so well right now. They are playing so well.
They're playing like they should have been paid.
Right.
It's the T. Higgins driving his value up to get traded.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Immediately.
But that's the thing. He's not getting. He does well unless he's getting traded this year. He doesn't get if he doesn't get traded before October, he's done. He's a free agent and he can go.
Yeah.
Where do I want to go?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And trust and in all seriousness, this may where his number one target most likely will be as a fuck you to the Bengals.
Division rival.
Steelers, Chiefs, or Ravens. One of those three is getting T. Higgins. I will put money on it.
That's scary.
I would not mind T. Higgins.
Of course you would.
But yeah, one of those three is
he
getting
would be number one on most teams.
Yeah.
All right. And Monday night, who do we got? Who did this? Oh, that's right.
Here's the thing.
Oh my god.
I was 100% confident we were losing this game on Sunday night.
Monday.
100% confident. I would have put any money in the world that we were losing this game. Then on Monday night, I was 100%. Then I woke up to Salah being fired, and
this is just dysfunction everywhere.
Now, because guess what? That defense has always troubled Josh Allen. He hates this defense. Hates it with a passion. He does not play well against this defense at all.
Sure.
And now you just got rid of the guy in charge of it. And you put more responsibility on the DC. So and then you have literally the worst OC
over Smith
since Matt Canada.
I'm not going to say he's worse than Canada at this point. I'm sorry. I mean,
it's just it's just pick your poison at this point.
Are you telling me right now, if I went Matt Canada or Nathaniel Hackett, you had to have one of them? Which one?
he's trying to get taking the bullet.
Hackett comes with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's a difference. That's a difference.
Oh, with Aaron Rodgers, yeah, Hackett.
That's a difference. Oh, yeah, it's true. That's the only time he's been good.
Oh God, no. Against my better judgment, I'm going to say the Bills, but I am worried about this game. I'm really worried. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game at all because he hates that defense. Allen plays really poorly against that defense.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers will get hurt again.
I mean, look, that might be the single funniest thing to ever happen. If they fire him because they've given him complete and utter, they fire Salah because they've given Rodgers complete and utter control of his franchise.
And he's hurt one game later.
And he gets.
I mean, he's been getting banged up.
Oh yeah, he has. But then,
he's tempting fate.
But here's the problem. We no Von Miller, who is still out because he's.
I mean, does it matter? Does it matter?
The way he had been playing, yes.
Okay, that's true. He was playing better.
He had been playing this season. He had been playing well, and suddenly it's oh shit, we're missing him. Because we don't have any other pass rush. So no Von Miller,
Khalil Shakir.
No Shakir, most likely. And even if we have Shakir, we're going up against Sauce Gardner, one of the best corners in football. Mm-hmm. And then our fucking safeties, going up against Garrett Wilson, and Alan Lazard.
This is the pile on DeMar Hamlin week.
Yeah, well, it's not just Hamlin, Rasul Douglas. Yeah. Packers, do you want him back? Like, so yeah, that's my concern.
I'll still pick the Bills.
All right.
I can't pick the Jets.
I don't want to pick the Jets.
No, just don't come on.
All right, fine. I'll pick the Bills. All right. Patrick, what say you?
I genuinely don't fucking know. This game is going to be weird. That's all.
This game is. I feel like it's going to be a weird.
These usually
game.
are. These usually are.
Yep.
For stonks on this one, let's say Breece Hall.
Not stopping.
I'm inclined to say no. Until
We've been pretty good at stopping running.
Yeah.
Unless your name's Derrick Henry, we've been pretty good at stopping them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for the show this week.
Patrick,
I want to thank. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm used to you not being here for your best bets.
I didn't do it last week because I wasn't here, so I don't have how well I would have gone, and I didn't do them. So yeah. But this week I have the Browns +9. It's just too many damn points. It's just way too many points against that Eagles team.
Plus Sirianni.
I don't believe in the Eagles. As has been very well documented, I do not believe in the Eagles.
Take off half that for Sirianni.
Patriots +7. It's too many points against the Texans team without Nico Collins. It's a really good defense, and that offense has looked bad against a bad defense without Nico Collins. Colts +2.5. We'll never understand in a million years why they're not favorite. So, yep. Steelers -3. I swear to God, if this blows up in my face, I may never bet the Steelers again. And then we don't need to talk about the last one.
What is that? I can't read. I'm legally blind.
Says
don't need to talk about that last one.
Pick it
No,
down.
don't need to talk about that one.
You know what? Maybe Taylor might find a clip of this. Oh, it's if you had
we
taken
were
my defense
recording.
times. Maybe I keep my mouth shut.
Oh, she wants to. Oh, yeah. She said that if the Padres lost last night, you were getting slapped at the wedding.
I was getting slapped.
You were getting slapped.
because you cursed them in the chat.
All right, but Patrick, thank you for joining us once again. I know it ran long, but again, thank you for the support. Where can we find you?
At my house. You can't. Just don't.
come over.
Come over if you want, but you're fucking weird if you do.
Connor, go find you.
Twitter at the King Con. I'm also on Letterboxd, and on the show more than Jacob. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
This season, yes.
I get
Jacob. We're going to find
I
you.
would say you could find me on the internet, but at the moment you really can't because I have a wedding in 2.5 weeks, and they're busy. They keep you very busy.
Shockingly,
It was finally a miracle.
It
was finally a miracle that I was able to make tonight. So yeah. Other than that, you can also that's pretty much everywhere. So I'll be potentially here next week unless something comes up.
Find me actually smacking Jacob at his wedding.
I really, like I said, you're able to do it after photos. You're able to do it at the reception. You can't do it before the ceremony. That's Taylor's rule.
And before I put,
I will smack the shit out of you. I will smack the shit out of you.
He needs time to go get a helmet.
Get one of those Jimmy Butler basketball face masks.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Chance_91. Check out Choice by Chance. The podcast episode on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly should be out, if not tomorrow, the day after. And after that, we're starting our Scare Fest for the year. Got a lot of fun stuff planned for October this year. And check us out this show every Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.